Mm-mm. Nice. Oh, hell yeah, almond. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. It sounds like a really good restaurant. I really like a almond chicken and cashew chicken at places that do those. That real good crunch. There's these little like store bought mini muffins and stuff, and like tiny little cinnamon rolls and things like that. That you just like, they come in like a huge box and they just put them on the casino. You know, it's always the smiley, cutesy character you underestimate. feel like I made her arms too long or her legs too small. Both? Let me increase the legs. I'm not good at drawing today. Proportions are all off. Oh, I didn't include those in the book. Yeah, it is confusing to see proper proportions under a baggy outfit. Also, her head might be too big, but that could also just be the hair. She's supposed to be very thin, but I need to increase the hips a little bit, or at least the bagginess around the legs. To be like... It's like down here. It's chest, it's hips, knees about a bit lower. Knees over here. Hands going to the center of the thighs like they should be. Elbows going to the waist. Everything is proportionate, but something just looks off. Maybe the slope of the shoulders. Maybe the size of the head. Wrists at the crotch, fingers at the midsection of the thighs. Knees down here. Everything is straight across. Yeah, I think her feet are just too small, because these are supposed to be measuring with my pen. Let's see, because yeah, the elbows, I like that. So I actually have the feet the correct size, because feet are the length of the elbow to the wrist about. So this line here, approximately the same as from the heel to the toe. These are slightly in perspective too. Maybe the head needs to be smaller. now. Doesn't make sense. Never mind that. And become January, destroyer of motivation. Mm. Yeah, hold on. Eh, I'm the January now. My January now. January. Okay, plug that in. While I wait for my pen to charge, I'm gonna do some wrist stretches and try to see if I can find out how to re-download all the things I've downloaded before. Heck, doing a leg stretchy. Where did it go? Still mad I lost this comic, but I like really want to do it because I had the idea literally years ago. Gotta work on this one and the other Haunted Doll comics. My January and I choose Zero Focus. I had to reinstall. There we go. Or re-download some albums. Where's the rest of my MCR? Heck. Yeah, that one with the link. Come on, iTunes, load so I don't have to deal with you. I didn't get it off here. Fuck. Okay, so the rest of my MCR is missing, so I gotta get that back. Gotta catch up on the latest Night Vales. Oh dang, they have 6 seasons of this already? 2 things to catch up on. I have to remake some playlists. Me all getting impatient at programs that load slowly. If I have to look at a... Well, maybe I should, do the obvious here. Get myself a nice gray BG. No. Okay. Only 2 editing layer. There we go. Apple as a company is kind of garbage these days, but like, iTunes is legit a really good service. Like a really good program. You can organize so much in it, and it's really useful for like ripping and burning CDs, and if you're still into old stuff like that. Heck, that's like the same color as the sketch. So like I stopped using iTunes mainly and started using MusicBee because I couldn't use any frickin' skins with iTunes. I couldn't figure out how to do it. But MusicBee has a ton of built-in skins. This is my favorite. Oh yeah. I usually just go with gray as a nice mid-tone because it helps with remembering to color in like the whites of the eyes. Apparently I actually missed a little bit there. Yeah, coloring like the whites of the eyes and making sure that you got stuff like that. Yeah, mostly I just use a gray or light gray background because it hurts my eyes less. But also, if I'm trying to color something that's gonna be like in an environment or like with a background, the color that I choose for the background can always severely alter the perception of the colors in the foreground. So sometimes I remember to do it beforehand because, you know, if the background's going to be either one solid color or multiple colors, that's going to affect the lighting of the colors that you're using. Then sometimes I have to add it in afterward because I didn't freaking think about it. I have to fuss around finding the right background.
got my pistol in the car. I've got my stereo in the car. I've got my room key in the car. Why don't you come to my room and clean my pistol load up? I'll maximize my own liaisons. I'm gonna take it till the taking comes on. I've got my cocaine in the glove box now. The sunroof is down. Oh wow! I got my room key in my pocket, and you know I got a pistol that I need to unload. I'm gonna take you on up. You say what? I'm gonna take your shit right on off. I'm gonna
What do you think is this hairstyle?
success they looked for and so on top of that mountain
What?
underneath the snow their dogs were a sniffing. Yeah, I guess you never know.
What the heck?
You can't know what you can't ever really know. Would you
That's a
really
school
wanna
car?
know? How the hell would you know? Unhinged around an uncaring sun, it doesn't know what it gave. As the full moon winds round again and again, this last one stares. Heart to lung, pumping waves of hearts that come and go and then come and then. You can't know, well, you won't ever really know. Would you really wanna know? Nah, you can't know. The last time that you'll
I
ever
don't know.
see another soul. Nah, you
Are you
never
having fun
will
drawing
know.
titties?
No, you don't know. Open up a window, all the air is falling out. Eyes vacuum up,
Yeah.
sound gets trapped by the mouth. We'll do the
Oh, hey, Jessica.
the dance get hammered out. Then we'll try
Nice.
the
I finally beat the final boss of Uten today.
trees drop colorful fruits directly into
It took me 2 streams. It was a difficult boss fight. I'm not good at boss fights.
We'll probably never get there, bring your side. See a school teachers down. It's a watercolor weekend, all the trees are turning colors now.
No, more just like, yay, I did it.
It's a time wasters around
Woof.
with their mind.
Kind of a relief.
The world composes with this shirt, tails wrinkled hanging out. Bang us together, see what sort of sounds we make right now. The world plays music, playing skin on teeth inside of the mouth. What sort of sounds, what lovely sounds come about.
Oh, for a moment it was like, yeah. Yeah, woo. But also I was too tired to be too enthusiastic. So it was just like, alright, yay. We did it, team. It's just me, and I'm the only one on the team. Currently I'm struggling to work. I may take a quick break and draw like a stupid comic I've been thinking of. It should take like 10 minutes at most. Let me zoom on this and... Oh yeah, I did enlarge the other thing, so... It was more like, oh, I did it. It didn't take as much time as it did with the Mantis Lords, but I still had a similar thing with them where I was like, oh, ugh. Where you just sort of have to lay down for a second. Okay, and now the other drawing, the shoulders are bothering me again, so I'm gonna do a stupid doodle comic. This is too big. I gotta get used to doing warm-ups more. Mm-hmm. Well, you got time to try it. Right? It's always when you're just not even trying. I think I've won Connect 4 more times in my entire life by accident than I have by planning it. That's okay. There's a Connect 4 theme song? What?
Coyotes tiptoe in the snow after dark.
There was a commercial? I can't remember this at all. I remember seeing Connect 4 ads on TV back in the day, but I don't remember a jingle. Feel free to link old TV ads. I will pull them up. Yeah, for a moment I was gonna draw in the band-aids. I was like, well, technically this is a new laptop. Tappa. Ah. Pause. Oh yeah, also if y'all haven't seen Batman Piderman, you're super missing out. Batman Piderman is a joy. Why did I go on YouTube? It's one of the stupidest jingles and commercials I've ever seen. I love it. Don't you fucking try to autoplay on me, bitch.
See you later,
Kane's 13 Dead End Drive, where you can get rich by accident. It's nighty night for the hairdresser.
I know this is tiny, but I need to like squeeze it into a quarter of my screen so I can still work on stuff.
A little trip for the fortune teller. First out of 13 Dead End Drive while their picture is above the mantle wins. Lights out for the boyfriend. The fun's alive with 13 Dead End Drive.
I don't even remember that, but that's pretty cute. Hey, get back, fucking, no, damn it. Close Discord. I really don't like how nothing has window borders anymore. Or if they do, it's a pixel wide. It's very annoying. Maybe I can squish this over here. Aha. There we go. That's the YouTube window. If anyone wants to send stuff, it's gonna go over there. Otherwise, I'm gonna watch Batman Spider-Man.
I'm Batman. I'm Spider-Man. I come over the house. We're best friends. So, Pumpkin, did... Batman! I can get the shipments by Tuesday. Batman! What's wrong, Spider-Man? I'm scared. Let me show you this magic trick. I is sleeping over. Hooray! To go to sleep, 'cause it's time to go to sleep. Batman, can I have a good night song? Go to sleep, Spider-Man. There are no monsters in the house. Good night, Batman. Good night, Spider-Man. What was that? The door is open. Turn on the flashlight. What? Okay, turn it off. Batman, are they gone? No. Don't turn it on again. Hello. Ah! What do you want? We need to borrow an ingredient. We are making a cookie pie. Oh, that's not scary. What do you want? Blood. I'm Batman. I'm Spider-Man. I come over the house. We're best friends. Spider-Man! Spider-Man! I have this joke to tell you. What do you get when you eat all the potatoes? What? They're all gone. Batman, let's tell everyone. What do you get when you eat all the potatoes? They're all gone. What do you get when you eat all the potatoes? They're all gone. Hey, we have this joke to tell you. What do you get when you eat all the potatoes? They're all gone.
Batman, I want to tell your boss.
My boss? No, Spider-Man. He hates jokes.
They're all gone.
Spider-Man! Get in the house!
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No more jokes. I guess he ate all his potatoes.
You don't have to come up with anything, just like if you do. I'm gonna make this taller so it shows the. There we go. Nice.
To Batman. Yay!
I call your gooby and raise you a purple. What?
Hi, Batman.
You... I'm Batman. I'm Spider-Man. I come over the house. Why are you come over my house?
Happy winter, friends, Batman. And Tuba. Stop that, Tuba.
What's Happy Winter, friends?
It's the holiday of wishes and best friends.
Then this must be for me.
This is just a comic about a really annoying body type I see. Oh geez, it's an entire... Is it like a Let's Play?
I got a gal, she looked just fine. Always bring me whiskey and wine. Breakfast in the morning and dinner at night. Everything she do
Yeah, it's about an annoying body type that I see that's just really fetishy and people keep trying to pass it off as like fat or chubby, but it's not. It's just giant titties and huge fetish thighs. And it just like does not count. Like, just admit it's a fetish.
Spoiler warning. New Vegas has an incredible story, and it's a shame to ruin it with spoilers, so consider this a fair warning. Welcome to New Vegas, a wonderful place that makes you fuck the NCO. Welcome to New Vegas, a wonderful place that makes you say, that's Vegas, baby. Have you ever seen a man use nuclear weapons in close quarters combat? That's Vegas, baby. You ever murdered somebody just so you could take a 1-hour nap in their filthy cock?
It's Vegas, baby.
That's Vegas, baby. You ever seen someone covered in pitch, set on fire, and tossed into the Grand Canyon only to somehow crawl out and survive?
We can't expect God to do all the work.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's Vegas, baby. But enough of the empty chatter. How about we start getting somewhere?
The time for talk is past. The Lord's work must be done.
Fallout New Vegas is the story of a courier delivering a mysterious package to the New Vegas Strip that's robbed by a charismatic gangster and left to die in the Mojave Wasteland.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the
Yeah, it's
start.
like a current anime thigh fetish bod
Fortunately, a man by the name of Doc Mitchell
that
digs
people
the
have been
lead out of your
calling
brain,
thick,
picks
but
up
it's
the pieces,
very
and puts them back
unrealistic.
together like Humpty Dumpty, introducing you to
But you also have to have
character
the
I hope you don't mind.
the hips
but I
chubbing
like
out
to root
over
around there
the very
every
tight
now and then
pants.
to pull all the bits of lead out.
Special stats come first in the form of strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck, each making you good or bad at certain things on a scale from 1 to 10. You got 10 agility? That makes you the deadliest gunslinger this side of the Mississippi. You You got 1 charisma? Well, negotiating with you has got to be the most awkward and infuriating interaction 2 human beings can have.
Just give me some goddamn medics
Not
and
usually
fuck off,
that
will ya?
hyper,
Because
but
I'm a bumbling moron and play video games like a fucking ape, I said to hell with the balance allocation they suggest and went straight up Lord Death of Murder Mountain. 10 strength, 7 endurance, 10 agility, and 10 luck. God, what the fuck is this build?
All right, let's state the obvious. There's something wrong with me.
I am Hercules' bigger cousin Strong, with tough as nails endurance, walks on water agility, and 2-headed coin flip lucky. If I so much as breathe on an organism in the Mojave, you better believe it'll end in a critical hit with enough force to overthrow a small government.
Like the sight of your own blood?
I don't know, do you? However, it also means that I have the perception of a deaf bat, the charisma of a misanthrope, and intelligence so low that calling me dumber than a fucking brick is perfectly accurate.
That was probably pretty dumb, huh?
These base stats are complemented by skills, which are heavily influenced by where you put your
I don't know
special
what a
points,
keyboard
remember
looks
my
like, don't
10
at me.
agility? That means jacked guns and jacked sneak. Remember my 1 charisma that makes my speech and barter barely resemble that of a sentient human being? I'm so terrifying, yet so lacking in social skills, even the most basic conversation probably feels like a hostage negotiation.
Well, good luck with that.
Again, Lord Death of Murder Mountain, which means specking guns, sneak, and explosives so I can exterminate any life form I come into contact with, from the tiniest praying mantis to the saltiest powder gang. Take this, you stupid fucking bug. Powder gangers rule! Special points and skill points are rounded out by traits, which I just adore. Because on one hand, you can pick something pragmatic like Built to Destroy, which gives you a higher critical hit chance, but your weapons wear out faster. Bang, 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 bang. His arms fell off. But on the other, you can pick some shit like my favorite, Wild Wasteland, which enables bizarre events to occur, like taking some dicey drugs and fighting a fucking Yaogwai that's on fire. Have at it, you stupid son of a bitch.
Take drugs, kill a bear.
What? What?
Take drugs, kill a bear.
What the fuck? Am I even hitting the right one? Yeah, that was the right one. Once you're done choosing who you want to be and enter the Mojave, VATS is the next big one you gotta learn. Because 90% of staying alive in the wasteland is making sure everything else around you is dead. Ow. The Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, or VATS,
Yeah, it's like,
is
just
the type
admit that
shit.
it's the
I
current
fucking love VATS.
weird
It allows
anime
you to
sexy
freestyle
body.
Neo style and choose exactly where you
If you want to draw chubby characters, actually draw them chubby.
Watch this center mass. It's not
Like, this is
mandatory.
an
You don't have to
extremely
use it. You can
unrealistic
just
body. If you're
choose the way
gonna
like you
have
would in
this
any other
much
shooter.
titty and, like, this much thigh but tiny arms,
Personally,
no.
I use it every chance I get. Just the
Also,
combination of precise shots,
having
the
a really
slow
tiny
motion, and
back
some of the
but
hilarious outcomes,
huge
I just
lower
can't help myself.
abdomen that goes into huge hips is ridiculous.
You can select multiple targets. You can be
It's a very
choosy about
idealized
parts,
body
like
type,
if
so you just
someone's
gotta
right
admit that
arm is
it's
knocking a
like,
weapon out of their hand, or
it's
someone's
ridiculous
leg, so
fantasy
they
body
can't
type.
flee, especially if that person just won the lottery.
Who won the lottery? I did!
I feel bad about using the 40 mil for this. I don't. That was tight as hell. It's not perfect because even if you're extremely close to a target with near perfect accuracy, sometimes you can accidentally vibe check the wrong person. Whoa, no, not shooting Kachino. Thank you very much. Yes, we are shooting Kachino. Oh no. And other times, VATS is just too accurate. I never thought it was possible to be too consistent, but a snafu with dynamite proved me very wrong. Rise and shine, Captain Parker. Oh shit. That's okay. I didn't bounce through it. Oh shit, everybody's awake now. I'm not gonna I bounced 3 times. I'm so dead. Oh god. Even though I may have blown my legs off with dynamite, my heart was in the right place because what I was fighting for was totally worth it. A bed. Just like VATS, beds are absolutely critical to your survival because the wasteland is full of scary shit that takes your health away and breaks down your limbs, especially if you use landmines as a primary weapon. Hey, wake up, Frank. Wake up, Frank.
Yeah, you just need to learn how to
But if you sleep in a bed, even for just an hour, you
start with
regain
a
all of your health
skeleton.
and all of your broken limbs are magically fixed. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's worth cutting someone's head off.
Start with a skeleton, and then draw the chub around the skeleton. If you even have really thick characters,
Always check if there's an open bed before you kill anybody. because I've slaughtered entire tents of people.
It
and
all
taken
goes around the
maps next to
skeleton. The
corpses,
skeleton's
and
like the most
realized there was
important
a
thing to learn how to draw, even if it's simplified. If you're gonna do humans and animals as your main drawing.
With those basics covered, it's time to make our way to New Vegas so we can find that bastard Benny.
Everything
and figure out
goes
why
around
some
the
stupid
skeleton.
platinum chip was worth blowing someone's head off.
Does
Now's
the
a good time
comment-
to remind you that I'm a complete fucking oaf. I'm
I
glossing
want to
over
pay attention to this, so I'm gonna pause it. A common problem I see with chubby characters is I see a lot more femme characters because it's a whole fetish. People will draw the big old titties, and then they'll make a huge stomach, but then they'll start the legs like down here. Where the problem is that instead of thinking about where the muscle and fat distribution is on a skeleton, they're thinking like, head, body, legs. And so they think head, big body, legs down here. But that lengthens the torso in a really weird, unnatural way. So you gotta learn how to draw the basics of the skeleton, rib cage, hips, knees, feet, arms. And then you draw around that. And that, of course, is important for any body type. If you have the super stylized thing, you go super masculine and give him a huge broad rib cage and tiny waist, or if you want to go Pixar mom feminine, tiny shoulders and big ol' hips for that big ol' dump truck Pixar mom ass coming at you. Oh yeah. Because, tits can be weird. People have, all different sorts of different shapes of boobs. There's, ones where they're more round, and then there's ones that sort of slope a little bit because they're smaller. And generally they don't do the anime torpedo thing, where they just stick straight out. They're usually gonna sag a little bit, And it also helps to study clothed figures, so you don't end up constantly drawing boob socks. Because most of the time it's the titties are under the fabric and it stretches across them. Right. Titty missile. Go!
Negotiated the sale of a person and only got 1,000 caps? Killing everyone that doesn't explicitly offer value to you is a wonderful policy, because as far as I'm concerned, this wasteland belongs to me and the weak should fear the strong.
It's a part of life out here. Best to accept it.
Upside here, looting is a dream, because robbing a corpse is a far smoother experience than bartering with a living being, and who knows, you might just get lucky and find a mysterious big iron that has sound effects. Yeehaw, chuckle fucks. Downside here, everyone that you haven't killed yet hates your guts. Oh man, do people ever think you're an abomination, so interacting with the various tribes of the Mojave is significantly more painful. The NCR has declared you a terrorist. Wherever the NCR has jurisdiction, you will be shot on sight. It's about fucking time,
In a
fellas.
certain
So
game?
tribes in due time. All I'm saying is
There's a breast missile attack in a game somewhere? Or an anime?
I don't give a shit. Make up your own destiny.
Hear that? We have options.
My destiny was to confront Benny at the Tops Casino on the New Vegas Strip and figure out why the hell that platinum chip was so goddamn important. But just before I did, I was reminded of why my seemingly dumbass build is so damn brilliant thanks to maxing out Sneak. You see, none of these casinos on the Strip want a bumbling wastelander walking into the joint with all kinds of dangerous weapons, so they make you check them at the door to avoid any violence. But if your Sneak stat is high, you can fit an arsenal in the door, no problem. I can get weapons past the guards, no problem.
You might. One fella I knew was able to slip a pistol past the guards. You? I'm guessing you could get a machine gun by them.
Hey, sir, welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino.
I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying.
Sure, here you go.
Smooth and easy, just the way I like it.
Okay, so they didn't find two 357s,
Huh.
a 44 Magnum, two
Thank you, anime, for literally having everything.
combat knife, 8.6 dynamite,
Everything titty related, that is.
dynamite, a mysterious Magnum, a Silence 22, Spike Knuckles, a Switchblade, and a tire iron. Sneak is broken. I'm gonna repair all this, by the way. Don't have an aneurysm. This allows you to kill Benny any way you like. I was surprised he didn't perish from a heart attack the moment he laid eyes on me still breathing.
What in the goddamn?
Blow his guards up with a frag grenade and finish him off with dynamite. Hell, you can even let him flee for the time being and kill him later over and over again when his hands are tied thanks to the joy of quick saving.
Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby.
Yeah, you better believe that Benny starts sweating when you hit the F5 key.
Some of the slaves have been stretched.
The truth is, the game was rigged from the start. I'm gonna hit him a few more times just so he doesn't come back like I did. Did I really just march halfway across the Mojave to kill Benny with a tire iron? You're damn right.
A fair kill.
With a tire iron? Oh, can you actually
With a
crucify
tire
him?
iron.
You sick, vindictive fuck. Happy now, you twisted bum?
I still feel like tire iron is the best. It is always the best. And if you think killing Benny is the climax of your New Vegas crusade, ooh baby, are you ever ring-a-ding wrong. I'm not talking about Maria, the pistol that he shot you in the face with that you get to use however you like. Truth is, Remy, the game was rigged for me. I'm not talking about his ace
That's pretty great.
suit that I primarily use to get discounts at gun runners. This robot is giving me a 2% discount just because I'm wearing a checkered suit. I'm talking about that mysterious platinum chip that cracks the entire story wide open, and I'm sure you're just itching to know why.
What the fuck do you think, asshole?
Apparently, the man after this platinum chip you were carrying when Benny blew your head off is Mr. House, the mastermind running the New Vegas Strip, and why am I still talking about him when his ego does such a better job?
By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded and ran a vast economic empire. Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my home and ransom
Okay, there we go. Stupid doodle comic done.
centuries searching for
I gotta plug in
It's
my laptop.
my property, mine. Now be a good courier.
My city now, house.
And he's angry for a reason, because his position of power comes from his Securitrons. You know those big blue robot guys that can either kill you on sight or become your cowboy best friend?
Howdy, partner. Welcome to New Vegas.
Well, that platinum chip you're carrying contains an update to their operating system that turns them from ordinary
They're
foot
robots?
soldiers capable of small arms fire
They're
into
robots, but they
missile-blasting,
jiggle.
grenade-launching behemoths ready to vaporize any adversary into dust.
That's pretty great.
Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitrons the ability to engage ground and air targets at significant
They missed the chance to call them memory missiles.
ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements.
Yeah, Benny basically blew your head off because the giant Securitron army is currently running Windows XP and you were carrying a licensed version of Windows 10. And that's not even the juiciest part. Benny modified his own Securitron, appropriately named Yes Man, to help him steal the platinum chip, overthrow Mr. House, commandeer his Securitron army, and cheat him out of the New Vegas Strip, though I think Benny would put it differently.
Baby, getting outplayed and getting cheated ain't the same thing.
Yes Man is willing to tell you all of this because he is unable to say no. And I know this word doesn't mean anything anymore, but he is literally a yes man.
But hey, not my fault I can't say no.
I love this guy because he politely lays out your options for shaping the future of Vegas and forces you to finally decide whose side you're on, leading up to the final showdown for all the Mojave marbles at Hoover Dam.
We shall see how brave you are when nailed to the walls of Hoover Dam. Your body facing west so you may watch your world die.
On one side, you've got the New California Republic, or NCR, representing old world values like democracy, taxes, and the rule of law, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Fuck the NCR. Oh my god, the NCR is unbearable.
Catroid, of course, the Catgirl robot has titty missiles.
To like them with how condescending and pedantic they are, especially when it comes to violence.
This is NCR property, and we have guns.
Oh,
So you can only
whoopsies.
do
Okay, no, I didn't
things
spill that.
here, and it would please us if you got the hell off our lawn.
I honestly can't wait to sell you into slavery. I'm not even kidding. They are such chicken shit cowards. Like, they are so terrified of the Legion crushing them at Hoover Dam, half of them are contemplating suicide.
The Legion breaks through our defenses. I got one bullet I'm saving just for me.
If the Legion breaks through our defenses, I got one bullet I'm saving just for me. If the Legion breaks through our defenses, I got got one bullet I'm saving just for me.
Okay, I get it. You want to kill yourself. Shut the fuck up. They're dumber than I am. And as a reminder, I have sub-brick intelligence. Like, who should we put in charge of a vital
Sub-brick.
solar power plant? How about some bum off the street named Fantastic with no experience whatsoever?
That scientist we hired has got to be the
I
dumbest
remember the
asshole
NCR
I've
being
ever
kind of
They asked me how well I
wimps,
understood theoretical physics.
but I hated the
I said I had a
Legion more.
theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard. Got the whole
Yeah,
NCR
rocket.
suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
The Legion, on the other hand, absolutely based, and the shootouts you witness between these two rival factions tells you everything you need to know. Goddamn, does the Legion ever crush the NCR? They just get so.
You like that?
But wait, don't they propagate slavery and crucify anyone that defies their will?
Degenerates like you belong on a cross. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Yes, but if there's one thing that I hate more than slavery, it's taxes. The worst kind of slavery. So when I say Awe, you say
True to Kaiser.
As evil as they may be, at least they're not pretending like the NCR is, talking mad shit for having no real fighting prowess, and Kaiser's right-hand man Lanius can tell you what happens when words aren't backed by strength.
Our roads into NCR are hung with the bodies of those who attempted to...
Yeah, that was pretty trash of them.
That's the kind of act the non-verba ethos I can get behind. Sure, the Legion might be a little intense, but at least they treat me like an equal and have conviction in what they're pursuing.
We will take Hoover Dam and move forward until our feet crush the setting sun beneath them.
The good of the NCR or the bad of the Legion aren't your only choices either, because Mr. House is always an option, a very corporate, tyrannical option to hand the keys to the Mojave, but I guess when your other choices are cowards or slavers, it's not so bad.
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
But if you want a wild card option, pick up where Benny left off and side with Yes Man. He'll help you take the keys to the Mojave by stealing the Security.
The NCR had the annoying little habit of acting like they know what's best for everyone, which I never like.
The belittling Mr. House and conquer the wasteland with a friendly face. And before you say, you can't just kill Mr. House.
But also fuck the Legion.
Observe. How did I lose karma for that? He was already a vegetable. I'm just making a mashed potato. No matter which path you take, you're forced to familiarize yourself with the smaller tribes of the Mojave to determine whether you want their help in the Battle of Hoover Dam or exterminated for their lack in cooperation.
If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or, if a tribe is nasty or going to be a problem, go ahead and exterminate it. It's whatever you want to do.
You've got the appropriately named boomers because they're terrified of anything foreign to them, labeling outsiders as savages, and you gotta make it through an artillery barrage if you even want to talk to them.
They must be a real people. I haven't heard a single good thing about them.
Can I just say, this is by far the most accurate artillery barrage that I've ever seen. Like, this is not the way that artillery works.
How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
I didn't run through all that artillery to hear your stupid question.
They were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers. It was neat.
Yes, young Pete, burning people with flamethrowers. Neat. Sure, they're intolerant, but they taught me this field trip to meet other tribes wasn't just so I could check a box of exterminate or don't exterminate, because if you help them out, they can have a big impact at Hoover Dam. So fine, boomers.
The writers for Bethesda games are really good at coming up with groups or factions that I absolutely cannot stand and I don't want to choose between.
Can you dial it back on that word? Anytime he says savages, he just goes, savages! The Great Khans are hilarious because everybody makes fun of them for being filthy drug traffickers that live in tents.
New Vegas and Skyrim both have big groups trying to vie for territory and control that I just fucking can't stand.
But I've never tried that option. 22%, can I hit that? Oh, I can hit that. You know what's even better than killing drug traffickers? Killing drug traffickers on their own product. I'm so high off of Psycho right now. Diplomatic efforts are better spent on the Brotherhood of Steel, because if you run their silly errands, they can hook you up with special power armor training to wear this god-tier steel
Fuck
suit.
the Brotherhood.
Everybody looking for that platinum chip when I got that platinum drip. By the way, if you think that T51 is cooler than T45, you are actually psychotic. And I'm not gonna recommend that you pickpocket the heavy hitters.
My favorite thing about the Brotherhood is stealing things from them.
Once you've got the training in your hands. But yoink, yoink. I'll take that. Are you sure you would like to initiate self-destruct? Yes. You can kill me all you want. I've already won. I've already won. It's already too late. I bet you regret putting that explosive collar on me now, assholes.
Well, my one more.
That's
Consider them forgotten, along with the projections that predict they'll be our biggest enemy. Forgotten!
Not all the tribes are out in bumblefuck either. You've also got to make contact with some of the families running other prominent casinos on the strip, so even if you already know you want them exterminated, you at least have to look them in the face before you kill them, Benny style.
Maybe cons kill people
And that's one of those problems of some of the characters in the Brotherhood are cool.
The Omertas that run a giant whorehouse
The overall group, hate it.
off the face of the earth. Not just because
Hashtag not all Brotherhood.
Not because they're stockpiling arms, but because they're complete pieces of shit, and it takes like 3 pickpockets to dismantle.
That's just good writing, making sympathetic or fun characters
What the fuck are you
in a garbage organization.
Questions about me, dickweed. What the fuck do you want? I don't give half a dick what you heard. Now get the fuck out of my face before I burn your sorry ass.
And I will take that off your hands.
Where the fuck did you get that? Okay, listen, buddy. That's some dangerous shit you got there. That book can get me killed if the wrong people see it. Let's talk. What do you
I
want?
have not played all of the games.
And as much as I'd love
But I
to
do
tell
hear
you
they
that
were
I had an
different in other
elaborate way of destroying
earlier
Cucino and
games.
his cronies, you already saw how that ended. Yes, we are shooting Cucino. Oh no. The White Glove Society at the Ultralux are by far the worst liars I have ever come across. When people proactively scream at you, "We're not cannibals, we swear," you better believe they eat people.
For the last time, the White Glove Society has never and will never consume human flesh for any reason.
You know, once I end up reviewing this footage, I feel like I
Oh,
can
cool.
tell you exactly what she meant by
Yeah, I'd like to
saying
play the
those
first two
words.
games at some point.
Will
I've only
consume
played
human
3,
flesh for
4,
any
and New
reason.
Vegas.
We do not engage in cannibalism here under any circumstances.
Oh no, this is another one that's just too perfect to pass up.
We engage in cannibalism here under any circumstances.
It gets even better once you press them on it, like, why do so many people disappear while staying at your hotel? And they're like, what? We hired a private investigator to solve that mystery. Go ask him about it. And he's dead in his room.
I had our Maitre D. Mortimer offer him a complimentary room for as long as it took for him to be satisfied.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yo, holy shit, he dead! And the White Glove Society sends a bunch of dudes in tuxedos to fight a man in power armor. Great idea.
I don't know voice actors, so I don't know fucking Tara Strong.
And he is definitely worth
Throwing it out there. Is it Dio? Is it the guy who voices Dio? He voices everyone. Is it the guy who voices SpongeBob and the Ice King? Can't remember Tom Kenny. Is it fucking Tom Kenny? I'm just naming the ones I know.
Invented edible food. Do you like eating? Good. You owe me your entire goddamn garbage existence.
Keep talking shit, Philippe. Keep talking shit. Not only because you get to feel the adrenaline rush of fighting 15 cannibals at once. No, run away, kid, run away. Fuck, I got the kid. Not only because you can punch Marjorie's stupid head off, and even the Maitre D if you feel so inclined. What the fuck? How does she have such a strong head? Oh shit. Degenerates like you belong on. But because once you do get him back to his dad, he shoots up the whole casino in a fit of rage and cuts off the entire food supply to the New Vegas Strip. Oh shit. You like that? Ooh. Nailed him.
Well, that does it. None of them maniacs will ever do business with Hank Gunderson long as they live. They control the food. Well, there ain't gonna be no food. Not for anybody in this whole damn town. Let them starve. Biggest favor anyone's ever done this hellhole.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Hell, there are even tinier tribes that aren't mandatory to meet with, but worth exterminating anyway. So I'm looking at you, fiends.
What the fuck are you doing here? You got some kind of fucking death wish, asshole? Final
I don't know who that is.
Alright, asshole. You just fucked
Oh.
yourself.
The only annoying part about the fiends are
The
their
one in like
traps, which they
the
end up triggering
English version? I don't watch English JoJo. Does he have a cool voice in the English version? Or like a really distinctive voice?
Oh, you She definitely tripped it. She definitely. It's
Gotta
even
let
worse
my
that these traps defy
pen
the laws
charge.
of time and space. Like one time I triggered a trap, and a second before it exploded, I escaped outside and thought I was safe. Little did I know that the timeline inside this building freezes once you leave it, so no matter how long I spent outside, that grenade was still 1 second away from exploding on the inside. On top of that, New Vegas saves anytime you enter a building, so I was now auto-saved right inside that building with a grenade about to explode, which eventually formed an infinite loop of dying to a grenade, loading the save, and dying to that same grenade. And over again for all of eternity. Going back inside? All good? All good. Oh my god. Oh shit. What happens if I load though? Wait, what happens when I load?
That's funny as hell.
Forever now. Because it auto-loads the auto-save from the doorway. Fuck, man. Speaking of explosions, I don't hate the Powder Gangers, but for some reason they hate me. Like, their reliance on dynamite, I really admire. Why can't we be friends? I'm pretty sure all three of them just threw dynamite at me. They did. Okay, so we got a dead Caravaner, we got a dead Powder Ganger, and what's he gonna say?
Damn, running low on smokes again.
That's the most Powder Ganger answer I've ever heard. The only group I didn't bulldoze on sight were the Kings, because you can't do that to the King. And if you don't know who the King is, well, you should take a trip to Memphis and find out.
Who's the king? You believe this asshole man?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to handle the tribe,
I love the Kings. They're great.
Hoover Dam, the presidential assassination quest will always be funny, because if you're back in the NCR, Mr. House, or Yes Man, you've got to prevent it from happening. God, that fucking scared me, dude. Did that ranger just get blasted off that tower? Quick save. I just want to see if he's gonna take his head off. Oh fuck, he got Oswalded. Those rangers don't give a shit. They're just standing there. Look at them. You're not gonna get away with it this time, you sneaky piece of shit. Oh! What? What? What?
Oh, that's a classic Bethesda glitch.
Mr. President, get down! What the fuck? I think his legs got stuck in the tower and his torso just didn't want to be here. Should I call this in or just let it roam free? I actually don't know if he's any much of a threat any longer. I think that was it. Just one guy. He's on a murder bird.
No, I want to see what Diablo sounds like in the English version.
I was certain I'd finish the job.
That's not so quiet.
Return from death, and with the arrow in their grasp, no less.
Butcherati! That man's no friend of ours! What? Butcherati! That bastard! Where'd he run off to?
That's his voice?
He's gone. Putan! Where did he go? That little uninvited guest of yours, where is he? Answer me, damn it! Where the hell is that swine you brought with you?
Nothing seemed to fall, but somehow the broken piece found its way here. It couldn't be. These movements.
Is he trying to put on an accent?
Skip forward, just like what happened in Venezia. We climbed the stairs.
Venezia.
We will make it. He's already there. The boss. He's got our guy within his range.
Kinda disappointed they're not putting on horrible Italian accents. You know, like the horrible English accents in parts 1 and 2. Which is why I haven't watched JoJo English.
I'm being tested.
The classic walk behind the pillar.
We will find out if I'm prepared to vanquish my past.
We really only grow once we've conquered our phantoms, wouldn't you say? How lovely to see you again, Jean-Pierre Polnareff.
It's a pretty good voice, actually. I like it.
Fascinating how the
Diablo.
past can wriggle its way back, no matter how many pieces I might cut it up into. You amaze me. I never thought I'd deal with the same vermin more than once.
How did you slither up here?
Let me be perfectly clear. I couldn't care less about how you managed to live after I slung you like chum into the abyss. What interests me, Polnareff, is whatever little secret you were oh so eager to share with Bucciarati and his men.
Walk up those steps and see what happens, asshole! I have the high ground while you're stuck way down there!
Why do you shrink from battling me? Do I scare you? Has your spirit lost some of its vigor? Or has your body now given in to time? What are you plotting with the arrow?
This is impossible. I'm sure it was a kid I saw down there. Malodorous wretch! When did you get so close to me?
Those are very, very English dub voices. The guy who got stuck in the thing. You can call it my time loop. What would it be called? I don't know what it would be called. I don't know enough band in Boom Boom Boom. That song by you know that one song. You know that band that what the hell are they called? Fergie is in it. It's basically just Fergie now. Fergie is basically the whole band now. You know that band, Boom Boom Boom. That's what the stand name would be called. Oh, fucking Christ, that's so goddamn loud.
The game was rigged from the start. This dude is so strong, he powers through save games. Like, I just quick saved and quick loaded, and he's still here. It was around this time that I realized siding with the Legion is so much more fun, and sticking it to the dumbass NCR is just icing on the cake. Like, if I bring a missile launcher to a presidential speech and you
Those location-based stands.
you deserve to have your president vaporized. Do they care? Don't even care that I'm whipping out a missile launcher.
Oh yeah, similar to Bites of Dust. Bites of Dust.
Dispatched President Kimball with real skill.
Yes, real skill missile launcher from point blank range. The sole fact that Caesar is suffering from a brain tumor and is prone to random fits of headache-induced rage makes his cause worth backing. You'll be talking about a quest and then out of nowhere. God damn it!
I expect that information can be used to manipulate them. Go to... God damn it! Fuck this! I'm going to lie down. If you interfere with me getting some sleep again, I'm going to have you killed. We will talk
Yeah, the Black Eyed Peas, yeah.
True to Kaiser.
There's a song by them called Boom Boom Boom.
The profligates...
I don't really like the song, but I mean, it does have explosion words in it, and it's repetitive, so...
Because the game ends once the Battle of Hoover Dam is over, it's a solid idea to explore all the Wasteland has to offer before you finish the fight. Talk shit to the NCR hit squads that force you to improve your standing with the Republic or suffer the consequences. Oh no!
Since you haven't pissed yourself, I'll assume that you don't know who we are. Next time I'll bring my sickle and wear my black cloak. The NCR sends us when they want terrible things done to terrible people. You've got 3 days to improve your reputation with the NCR, or we come for you. Without
I'm
all
quaking
this
in my little boots.
Yeah, sure, you got it. I'll stop working for Kaiser. Man, you're really scary running in the other direction. The DLC is worth checking out, and even though I only played Honest Hearts to avoid making this video 2 hours long, boy was it ever worth it. Ambush? Can I even prevent this? Oh shit! I don't think I can stop this. Yeah, I don't think I can stop this. I think this is designed to happen this way. Or I'm just hitting 20 somehow. I don't know how I hit on 20. What the fuck? Yeah, they're all dead. Forget it. Forget it. Fuck you. I'd highly recommend the Sneering Imperialist trait if you head to Zion, which grants you a 15% damage buff and a bonus hit in VATS against raiders, junkies, and tribals. It's basically weaponized racism, or at the very least a racism buff, and I'm not racist, but I do appreciate doing 15% extra damage and having a bonus hit in VATS. What is that damage?
Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham?
If you're too dumb to speak my language, you're too dumb to talk to me. Get lost. Speaking of Joshua Graham, that's Kaisar's former right-hand man that lost the first Battle of Hoover Dam, which ended in him getting covered in pitch, set on fire, and tossed into the Grand Canyon.
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on.
His crispy ass is the best character in all of New Vegas, and airing out an entire canyon with his pistol packing .45 buff is some of the most fun I've ever had.
The time for talk is past. The Lord's work must be done. Make no mistake about why we are here. This is an extermination.
While Joshua Graham is in your party, any .45 caliber auto pistol you use has less spread and is twice as likely to score critical hits.
We warned you at Syracuse.
Kunaman mad. He killed all white legs. You talk. You stop.
Whatever. Joshua will put a cap in General Gobbledygook here. And once I found my way out of Zion, it was time for the final phase of the plan. You already know what the fuck about to happen.
Vegas will fall.
The fight for Hoover Dam is radically different depending on which side you're on. Like, you can crush the NCR with something as simple as a hunting shotgun or a Garand. I can already tell this is easier. So much easier than taking on the Legion. Jesus, well, apart from that little bit of friendly fire, this honestly feels like a different difficulty. Like, these Rangers fucking suck. Did I, like, drop down to very easy? What is this? I'm sorry, Ranger, but it's a wrap for you. I'ma keep it a stack, Trooper. It's not safe for you right now. That's right. Fuck you and your fake power armor. That shit is whack. It doesn't block anything. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Going up against the Legion is a whole different ballgame. That shit is
I drew like one good hand today, and now I'm drawn to like drawing deflated rubber gloves.
Flat out abusing the anti-material rifle. Nothing in this game is that tricky. Rip the homie. Y'all ever get so high on a drug that your bullets start doing more damage? I just love that. Best feature of this game. Jesus. But still, fighting alongside the Legion is so much more fun and so much more vindicating once you get to wipe that condescending smirk off General Oliver's face.
I would sooner spit on the grave of my dead mother than let some courier walk the wasteland fuck talk to me like that.
Courier walk the wasteland fuck? Would you like to rephrase?
I think you're stressed out enough to know my chances are pretty good.
Chances are pretty good. Just vaporized 4 Rangers.
He probably had a bunch of boosts on from like various effects and perks, and he seems to be the type who's into that sort of thing. Of like very carefully constructing a character. And once again, I'm gonna make her hands tiny.
Was the appearance of the mysterious stranger and misfortune. Basically, there's these 2 traits where there's a
Supposed to look dainty and small.
woman will show up in VATS and blast away the enemy you're engaging, and nothing against the mysterious stranger, but misfortune cannot be topped. Head crippling someone will always be funny. It will never. Oh, well, I guess misfortune is just gonna steal the show. Frag
Misfortune's
rounds.
fucking hardcore.
Missing all of those. Oh, misfortune. It goes so far.
Yeah, I'm more the type of player who like, I'll come up with a character for my player character, and then I'll choose perks based on what they would do. Because they're my characters, they usually tend to have my biases and stuff, but like, I'm definitely not the sort to only care about like combat prowess. Which is probably why I have such a hard time in that type of video game. I always feel like, well, due to the interesting, complicated past I gave my character, they wouldn't side with this faction, dude.
It's not even funny. She's like a walking artillery piece.
And I'm fucking suffering every time I try to fight.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
My character in Fallout 3, I decided that she was,
Like, they just do so much
a really bad drug addict. I think she was coping with having to deal with the outside world.
Oh, never mind. Misfortune's just gonna do the work for me.
And so she was just on drugs all the time.
Is that a misfortune hit?
I even gave her an arc where she tried to go clean. She tried to go clean for a while. couldn't take the withdrawals.
Like you belong on a
Relapsed. Had to slowly wean herself off of them again.
Dude, it's the last dude. And that's the story of how we crushed the NCR and took Hoover Dam. God willing, Caesar does the same shit to California because Lord knows it needs to happen.
This honor pleases me. Perhaps in time I will be granted the honor of conquering the land known as California. For now, come. We must see to the burning of the dead.
Don't forget to take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen on the way out. You don't want to get dehydrated in the
It was basically like, I would prioritize looting drugs over everything else. And no matter what game I play, I will loot everything, just as like a reflex. But of course I twisted it around so that this time she was looting everything so that she could sell it to get more drugs.
Blows up Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Take sip from trusty Vault 13.
But I also gave her like a sympathetic past and stuff like that. It wasn't just like lol drugs.
I have been chugging
I got like all into the psychology of drugs. I don't make Let's Plays, I didn't play it on stream, it was years ago.
I'm taking a sip from
just for my
Vault 13 canteen. And that's about it. That's all I got to say. A final fuck the NCR for being pedantic pieces of shit.
Trolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
And may Caesar rule the Mojave for all of eternity.
True to Kaiser.
Yes, man, is also a solid option. But I'll stop now. It's time for this video to end.
We accomplished a lot together. It was fun. Take care.
Could also do like an alcoholism playthrough.
And that's it. That's Fallout New Vegas. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Cyberpunk 2077 because I originally was going to make a video on that, but then I was like, oh, this is a broken fucking piece of trash. I should probably check out who did this the right way, and Fallout New Vegas is something incredible. I'm not going to hit you with any of the Game Critic lines, but the story is cash. The characters are cash, to the point that I almost cried at some of the voice lines. Like, Joshua Graham's story is so damn inspiring for a fucking fictional character. Oh my god, please play this game, you dumb son of a bitch. I'm gonna end it there.
The characters in New Vegas were great.
This video was not demonetized and
That's what I liked it for, the quests and the characters and the world.
I did so much fucking psycho and
Main quest? Forget about it.
Recommending the use of hard drugs. And before I go, if you think that death claws are scarier than Cazadors, degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Fun fact, the Cazadors are based on a real insect that is the state insect of my state, New Mexico, called the tarantula hawk wasp. And they look pretty much the same, except they're not giant. They have bright red wings and a pitch black body. And they have, I think that's supposed to be like the second or third most painful insect sting in the entire world. And that's just our state insects, they just chill out around here. Wait, let me pull up the episode where Coyote Peterson lets himself get stung by one. I don't fucking want a goddamn... Go away. Go away. Coyote Peterson, tarantula hawk wasp. Yeah, one time at Cochiti Lake, because they like to live, they live around that area. There was one that was following me and my friend around. Yeah, is this what they look like? Aren't they beautiful? They have like this iridescent blue-black body and these bright red wings. Like when they fly near you, it looks like a little spot of black with like these fiery red things on either side of it because they have to move their wings really fast to fly. But yeah, like it was following me and my friend around, and we because like I think it was following me around because it must have been hungry. Let me pause this so I can tell my stupid little story. it was following me around, I think, because I was eating chips and I had like a bunch of snacks with me. I was just like the snack mule for that day, and I think it was just hungry. And I was hanging out with my friend. We were fishing in this one little bay area that's kind of annoying to get to. And I felt a tickling on my ankle, because of course it was the middle of summer. I'm trying to show as much leg as possible, because I hate having clothes on me come back summer. And I feel a tickling on my ankle, and I go down to brush, and like, I was wearing compression gloves that day, and I just like, I delicately, my left index finger delicately passed by its stinger when I brushed the tarantula hawk wasp on my leg. It wasn't aggressive or anything, it was just trying to find out where my food was. And just brushing against its stinger accidentally made my hand swell up for a week. It hurt really bad. But just on my finger and hand, and I think it might have been because I was wearing compression gloves, which restrict blood flow to your hands in case you have in case you work with your hands a lot, or if you have arthritis. So I wear them when I'm drawing or just, relaxing. And yeah, the cazadors are like very realistic. If a tarantula hawk wasp was that size, it would do at least as much damage as a cazador. Yeah. And right? Very little luck. But yeah, they're not aggressive. Wasps tend to be a little bit more aggressive than like bees and hornets and other stinging insects, but that's only if you actively touch them. So you don't have to worry about them. It's just
sting in the insect
an accident.
Kingdom. The tarantula hawk is definitely the last act. And right
Let me know if the sound is high enough. I don't know how the sound is on your end.
Enclosure.
In case you want to hear him screaming louder.
Does not look happy. Now they say that the sting of the tarantula hawk is number 2 on the insect sting pain index. It's like being stunned with a taser, and they say it puts you into a state of paralysis for up to 5 minutes, where all you can do is scream. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this.
Alright, Coyote. You okay, man? Your heart racing?
Million miles a second. This is...
Yeah, I never know where the volume is at, because, I try to turn it down a little bit, otherwise, the music I'm listening to will be blaring out over my voice. Let me know if this is too loud.
The most nervous I've ever been to take a sting or bite from anything. My
It's gonna
hand
be
is
a lot of
shaking.
screaming, that's all, but...
Are you guys all ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's let me go, ah!
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the tarantula hawk.
Let's go for it.
1, 2, here we go. 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do the little cutaway. This is a fun episode though, so...
I think we can all agree that I have done some pretty crazy things. Like the time where I stuck my arm into the mouth of an alligator to show you why getting an alligator as a pet is not a good idea.
Ready? Everyone
Should never
ready?
get any wild animal as a
Rolling.
pet.
GoPro. Rolling. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yeah, he is into my arm and he is holding on.
Then there was the time I put that same arm into a container full of blood-sucking leeches to show you what it's like to be feasted on by one of the world's most notorious parasites.
Look at that. They are all over me.
I think this guy just gets a really big kick out of bites and stings.
Happening. It feels like sandpaper grinding against my skin.
You guessed it, they drank a lot of blood.
And it's all about the amount of anticoagulant that actually went into my hand. I may be bleeding for hours at this point.
Oh yeah. Then there was that time I took a sting from the velvet ant, which is ranked as having the 4th most painful sting in the insect kingdom.
I've seen velvet ants up close in the wild, and they're so cute! I have to remember not to pet them.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is super bad.
Like I said,
because
I do some pretty crazy
yeah, they're
things.
extreme. They have
But the reason I
some
do
of the
that
most
is
painful
so that we
bites
can
in the
learn
animal
about these
kingdom.
animals,
But they're so
the
cute
dangers
and
of their bites or
fuzzy.
stings, and so that ultimately we walk away with a newfound respect for some of the coolest creatures on our planet.
I love this series. You learn some cool animal and insect facts, and you get to see a guy rolling around in pain and screaming. I mean, what else could he want?
This was not a good idea, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, come on, show us the blood and gore.
However, in order to be a part of these experiments, I have to first get myself up close with the animals. And sometimes that's easier said than done.
Careful! He's gonna get it. I think he sees it.
Oh yeah, the hawk, the tarantula hawk we found.
What happened?
Go! The friend BK wanted it for an insect specimen collection.
What's wrong? Did you catch it?
So it was captured
But the bad news
and
is,
humanely euthanized,
I caught something else too.
so it could be used as a specimen. But
First choice spike I've ever seen.
Hold on a second.
my
Hold
God.
on. I don't want to get stung by the tarantula hawk.
Oh, they're all over you, man.
Hold on a second. Let me get this under control.
Oh my gosh. Did you get the tarantula hawk at least?
I did. I caught the tarantula hawk.
have you ever seen a Dobson fly? We have those around here too. Dobson flies scare me more than tarantula hawks just because of how they look.
Do I look nervous?
Yep.
Yeah, guys, I am the most nervous I have ever been before
I
one
think
of these
because
bite or
Dobson
sting
flies are like really aggressive.
episodes. As we know, yesterday I made this awesome catch. I caught a tarantula hawk, and I was so excited. And then I fell into a Troy cactus.
Think happy thoughts.
And then I realized what I had done. I set the table for today, where I'm going to be stung by a giant spider wasp. Now, the tarantula hawk is the second most painful sting in the insect kingdom. The only thing more painful than this is the bullet ant. And I felt that to work my way up the rungs of experiencing these painful insect stings, I kind of had to see what it was like to be stung by a tarantula hawk before I actually take on the bullet ant challenge.
Well, of course.
Deep breath. All right, let's bring in the wasp.
Yeah, they should make a Coyote Peterson
boy,
shout out.
This is gonna be bad.
Here she comes.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh my goodness.
That's
Or
a
gets
big
bitten by
one.
like a
That
toxic
is
skag or
the
something.
largest species of wasp in
Oh,
the
like you
United
keep
States,
finding
ladies and
him,
gentlemen.
and
Now
he
you
keeps
look at
asking
this
you to
insect,
procure rare
and you say to
specimens for
yourself,
him so that he can get stung by him for his show.
Tarantula hawk. Well, it's not a tarantula, and it's not a hawk. But like a hawk, they hunt for tarantulas. What these females will do is fly around in the sky, and they can actually sense chemicals in the air that will tell them where a tarantula's burrow exists. They will land on the ground, skitter across, and go down into the burrow. They will use their front arms to tempt that tarantula to come up out of its burrow. And that is where a boxing match begins. The tarantula hawk will dodge left and right, taunting that tarantula until it rears up on its back legs and exposes its fangs. Now you would think that tarantula is going to bite down
He's
and
just
kill
full
the
of so much
tarantula hawk.
poison.
Not gonna happen. This hawk is so quick, she will spin her abdomen up underneath the belly of the tarantula, insert that quarter-inch stinger,
Poison and bite
the venom
marks.
will instantly put that tarantula into a state of paralysis. Now the tarantula is not dead. It's just like this. I'm in intense pain.
Yeah, they just paralyzed
and I
the tarantula.
cannot move.
It's fucked up.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where the true horror story begins. It's in a state of paralysis, and the female pulls the tarantula back down into its burrow, and there she proceeds to lay an egg on top of its abdomen. She then leaves the burrow, and the tarantula is left there, still alive and in a permanent state of paralysis. Eventually, that egg hatches, and the larva then eats the tarantula while it's still alive. How's that for one crazy horror story?
That's probably what happens to your
Okay,
corpse when you
so
get
they
killed by
say that the
cazadores in
sting
New Vegas.
from the tarantula hawk is so painful it will put even a human into a state of paralysis for about 5 minutes. I know what you're thinking. Coyote, this
I brushed
is
my finger
absolutely
against one of
crazy.
those things,
Do you
and I
wanna
was
know what
like,
Coyote's thinking right now? This
you know
is
that Family Guy scene where
absolutely
he's like,
crazy. But I think if you guys are ready,
holding a shin. That's but me holding
by
my
the
hand.
tarantula hawk. Here we go, guys. Chance, bring in that butterfly net. I'm gonna lift this up. We're going to actually place the capsule inside of the butterfly net, just like that. Lift it up. Now I have a set of entomology forceps here. See that? And these have a very soft tip. I'm
Bug
gonna be able to
grabbers.
pick up the wasp with these forceps. But what I'm gonna do first is reach my arm in there and remove the glass capsule. Once the glass capsule's out, the net will fall down on the wasp, and I'll be able to insert the forceps in there, pick up the wasp, and remove it from the net. Okay,
Great.
ready? Here we go.
So the butterfly net is here to try to prevent
Got
the
a little
wasp from
net.
flying away.
Yes.
Because how hard was it to catch this wasp?
Extremely difficult.
Yeah, I
We've
love
been
it.
trying
Have
for
you not
days to
watched his
catch one of
videos
these.
before? Or?
And it was a very painful experience to get it based on the fact that I fell into
Yeah,
the
Dobson
cholla.
fly.
Okay, ready? Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know if
Removing
there's
the glass
another one
capsule.
called the Dobson fly, but like
Not to disturb the wasp. Okay, this is good.
the ones that live
Part
around these
one.
parts,
One is
Dobson
good. I'm
fly
gonna
of the
remove the
U.S.
stick.
Southwest and New Mexico.
Stick is out.
They're creepy
Okay, now I'm going to fold this over.
and they're
like
big.
that.
This is the last little
For
break
insects.
between you and being stung. What's going through your mind?
My friend caught one
What's going through
time
my mind is don't get stung right now, just through the
because
net.
it landed on
I
my
have to get
head.
it perfectly with the entomology forceps. If I don't get it right on its thorax,
She was
we can't
staring
make
at me
this
like,
happen.
"Don't move,
No, man, I think you're kind of
don't move,"
I'm
and I
not
was
stolen.
like,
Trust me, I'm not stolen.
"What is it?"
Oh boy.
She was like, "There's a Dobson fly on your head, and I'm gonna try to get it." And I was like,
Oh boy.
That is the positioning. that we want.
Oh boy. Okay, so we gotta hurry up and do this.
That is a perfect
then we
hold
trapped
right
it in a plastic bag, and it was
Now,
flapping
before-
around
look
with
how
its
much my hand
wings
is
and like
shaking.
trying to bite its way
Hold
out of the
on.
bag.
So I get a shot of her.
I was staring at it the whole
Okay,
time, like,
got
it's
a
gonna come out for
really good
revenge.
Wow, look at that abdomen going.
I got a really good hold on her. It took me a minute to get the right hold, but the right hold is what is important. Now, I do have the glass capsule right here, so I'm hoping that I have the wherewithal after the sting to quickly pick up the glass enclosure and put it back over top of the wasp so it doesn't escape and we can get some more B-roll shots with it. But guys, do be aware that if I do immediately go into a state of paralysis, just let the wasp fly away. Don't try to grab it, don't do anything. It'll be back into the wild and everything
Well, they're
will be
both
fine.
deserts,
All
so
right, Coyote. You okay, man? Your heart racing?
going to
Really, Mouse?
Australia. I
Like,
need to
this
go
is
on
the
a
most
training
nervous I've ever
regimen in
been
in the
to take
Southwest.
a sting or bite from anything.
Of the
My
United
hand is
States.
shaking. Are you guys all ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. If
Yeah,
you're ready.
right on the
I'm
soft,
ready.
sensitive inner skin of your arm. Do it. Do it.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the tarantula hawk.
Let's go for it.
1, 2, here we go, 3.
Barely got it.
You alright?
Yep.
You all right?
Oh my gosh!
Duh.
Okay. Tell me what you're feeling.
I can't move my arm!
Write it out, buddy. Write it out.
That is the most intense pain I've ever felt! Don't think I can talk!
How are you doing now?
Hey man, I'm getting nervous. Are you feeling anything like, should you be worried?
Nope, I just can't move my arm. I think I'm gonna cry. Coyote Peterson doesn't cry though, right? Oh! Oh! It is! It's like my arm is in a state of paralysis right now. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Do you need anything?
Right there.
You
Oh,
see it?
wow. Oh, wow. Ah.
Looks like your arm is swollen
I don't know if he made like a follow-up video, but I keep wondering if his whole arm was swollen for like a month or something.
It's actually receding at this point. Oh, wow. That zone right there is a hot radiating pain. And you can see the stinger where it went in right there, that red mark. I've read that it's like getting tased with a taser gun. I've never been tased before, but I can tell you that the pain is unbelievable right now.
You should try getting tased. I want
my
to
forearm.
see how it feels.
Wow, I'd actually slightly liken it to the Gila monster at this point. It feels really hot. Really, really hot.
Spicy.
Hot to the touch. Wow, see if my arm is warm to you.
Oh yeah, it's like really taut.
Oh, hold on, let me walk around for a second. Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better than getting stung by a lot of wasps.
Oh, you little bugger.
Wasps and bees
I
aren't
am
that bad
lightheaded at the
depending on the
moment, but
species.
The sting from the tarantula hawk is serious. I can see why it's ranked as a 2 on the insect sting pain index.
Why isn't this on
And
my
at this
likes? It
juncture,
should
I
be.
think it's safe to say that I've worked my way up the ladder and am ready
Okay, that's why
for the
sign me
Bullet
out.
Challenge. I know you were all waiting in anticipation for that one. Trust me, it's coming. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's let this go back off into the desert. We
There you
safely
go,
released
buddy.
the tarantula hawk back into the wild. And as it flew away, I think we were all a bit relieved that this sting was over and done with. And while the impact of the sting and the intensity of the pain was far superior to that of the velvet ant, it only lasted for about 5 minutes. I had no major adverse reactions. However, my arm was sore for the rest of the day. And 24 hours later, it looked like a water balloon. And it really itches. And I really shouldn't itch it, but that
Don't
feels so
scratch it.
good. The tarantula hawk is an extraordinary insect. And while their sting is powerful, they have no interest in stinging humans. If you ever see one in the wild, admire it from a safe distance, as you have absolutely nothing to fear. That is, unless you are a tarantula. Have you ever wondered how to properly care for an insect sting? If so, make sure to check
Yeah,
out this
wasps
Behind
and
the
hornets
Adventure.
and all them are
And
really
don't forget,
useful.
subscribe so you can join me and the crew on this season of Breaking
I just
Trail.
leave them alone.
Oh, that may be the best feeling I have had all day.
Yeah, that's that episode of Brave Wilderness. Is that the... Oh yeah, he actually got the bullet ant one. If anyone wants to see more Coyote Peterson screaming and rolling around on the floor, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep watching Batman Spider-Man.
Pumpkin is rotted. Oh no, what do we do?
Is that so quiet?
Oh no, what do we do? Spider-Man, don't you see? We can get a wish to save Pumpkin. Then he won't be sloppy. How will we get it? We go on this journey. Do you guys know where to go on the journey? It's time.
Yeah, I'm up later than I usually am working on this, but I want to make more progress, so... Totally okay with turning it into a YouTube party. While I slowly work on this. Got the heckin' hiccups. Okay, I'll open both of these up and then I'll... Make sure they're not auto-playing.
Darman is a hyper-popular content
How
creator
loud.
both on Facebook and YouTube, having nearly 30 billion views on his videos. And today we're going to watch some
Darman
of the
is
medically themed
ridiculous.
ones to see how accurate they are and see what moral principles I learned from them. Let's get started.
Miss Swanson, we just got your results in, and we need to get you into surgery immediately.
Doctor, I was just fine this morning.
Look, there's not a lot of time to explain.
there's plenty of time to
Why is
explain.
it so quiet?
Any doctor that tells you that, unless you're actively bleeding out or having a heart attack and you see a million people rushing around you, there's time to explain.
This is what the surgery's gonna cost.
What? There's no time to explain why you need surgery, but let's chat financials.
Now, we looked into your insurance and they are not gonna cover it. So you're gonna have to pay for this out of pocket.
We don't bring bills to patients who need life or death surgery. It just doesn't work that way. We do have programs for those who live below the poverty line for the government to help subsidize their care. We
Yeah,
also
they never
have
bring the bill out first. That's
charitable
way later.
resources for things like this. Like my hospital has a charity care system in place for this. No one's bringing you a bill for life or death surgery right before and saying, oh, if you can't pay it, bye.
14, 14B. Here we are. Oh, it's not fitting.
Here, let me help you with that.
Thank you so much. I don't know why they make the thing so complicated.
They're not complicated. You're just not smart enough.
Who acts like that in real life? I feel like passengers would get involved if that happened. I mean, just the other day I saw that passenger who got like duct taped to his seat because he was acting up.
Sir, that's not very nice.
What? I'm just being honest. I mean, look at him.
Literally, who talks like this?
Nice book. How you like it?
Okay, well, it is called Advanced Physics, and it is by Thomas Watson, one of the most prestigious physics scholars in the entire world. And I would explain it to you, but I don't think you're smart enough to get it.
Individuals who are diagnosed with Down syndrome definitely have their fair share of troubles with other people in society because people are not always nice and they're not always understanding. A lot of times that comes from ignorance. Sometimes it's ignorance that is by choice, where they don't want to learn about certain conditions. And Down syndrome is actually one of the most common chromosomal abnormalities, and it's really a diverse set of phenotypes that result from these type of chromosomal abnormalities.
That book is even better. The next chapter.
What are you talking about? How would you know?
Because I am Thomas Watson.
Every person diagnosed with Down syndrome has their own unique abilities and can thrive in society. It just sometimes they need more help than others in certain instances, whether it's occupational therapy, physical therapy, behavioral therapy. Some don't need that at all. Some perhaps need extra medical screenings for certain conditions like diabetes or gastrointestinal illnesses. But to judge someone simply because of the way that they look, you're gonna be wrong and you're setting up yourself and that person for failure.
Just turn your quiz towards me, okay? And I'll copy the answers.
No. That would be cheating.
Fine.
Ow!
Are you alright?
No, my stomach, it really hurts.
Did you eat something bad?
Maybe. I'm allergic to peanuts. They might have been in something I ate. Oh!
Oh, in that case, you better go to the nurse's office.
But I don't want to miss your quiz.
It's okay. Your health is way more important.
I feel like kids do this all the time.
I've never met a doctor. Not a doctor. I've never met a teacher who acted
because
like
the
that.
first time that you assume that that's the case is going to be the time the child is actually really sick and something bad happens.
All right, everyone. We're doing 1 mile today.
What? Are you crazy? That's way too far.
Could do 2 miles. Let's go. Follow my lead.
Hey, your shoelace.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so like I have thoughts about the running the mile thing. You know, like when they just tell kids to run a mile around.
Oscar-nominated fall.
To run a mile around like the football field or whatever.
It's probably how you fell.
A gym teacher should not do that because you have to train to run a mile.
Barely.
If you aren't able to bear weight immediately after an ankle injury, based on the Ottawa ankle rules, you need an x-ray.
He twisted his ankle on a run today. Looks like he's feeling better though.
Mm-hmm. He told me he had a stomach ache this morning, so he couldn't.
Like just telling kids, just
There's
go
actually a
out
medical
and
term for this
run
called
a mile.
malingering. It's not the first thing I think
You
about.
should at
when
least
patients
jog,
come in,
don't
but sometimes
walk.
they come in
With
asking
no
for prescriptions
training,
they don't
it's a very
need,
bad
days
idea.
off of work, disability insurance, disability placards.
Are you okay?
No, feels like I can't breathe.
Did you eat this bar? Well, this has peanuts in it.
It says
No wonder
peanuts
I'm
in
having
big
an
letters.
allergic reaction.
Shoot, we better get you to the nurse right away.
But I can't afford
Oh
to
shoot,
miss your
oh
quiz.
golly.
It's all right. Health always comes first.
If he's being honest, he's gonna need an EpiPen right now. and an EpiPen kind of hurts.
Is he doing okay?
No, he's having trouble breathing. He ate some peanuts and he's allergic to them.
Oh no. We should get ready to operate right away then.
Operate? No, there's no need for any of that.
He may be in anaphylactic shock.
Who operates for anaphylactic shock?
You
Without
don't.
trying an EpiPen first?
I'm fine. Really. See? I can breathe normally.
The last time I heard a patient say
Even
that,
that's bad. You shouldn't be trying to run a mile. Unless you're like in the track team training to run miles.
Hang in there, Mike.
What is happening here? Where is the medical accuracy?
Walking a mile
Vitals,
should be good
fine.
enough.
Child's comfortable, sitting, breathing, speaking full sentences. These are the things I would write in the chart to say that they should absolutely go home now and stop taking up the bed that is there for someone who's in true anaphylactic shock, who needs an EpiPen.
Calling a code red.
A code red? What is even a code red? Is that a fire drill?
we've got a level 5 anaphylactic
They tried to
What is
use
a
that
level
as a
five?
warm-up. They tried to use the running mile as a warm-up. That's stupid.
There's no such thing as a level 5 anaphylactic shock.
You do stretches and
Make
jumping
a call
jacks
to
as a
who?
warm-up.
Ghostbusters?
Nurse, sedative.
Ghostbusters?
Sedative for what? He's not breathing. You're gonna sedate him further?
I'm gonna give you a heavy dose in 3.
A heavy dose of what? Can you start an IV first and put it in the IV?
I faked having an allergic reaction, so I didn't have to do our test. I didn't mean for it to go this far.
Well, I don't even blame the kid at this point. The mom is like all over the place. This doctor is like Dr. Kevorkian right now, trying to like sedate him without checking his vitals first or starting an IV.
Yeah, you don't just do
It's too late.
anesthetics without
What are you doing?
We still
without
have to give you a
knowing if they're
shot.
gonna react okay to the anesthetics.
No.
I could tell you how stupid this is.
Malpractice.
Malpractice.
Malpractice. Poor acting.
Fake. Retractable syringe.
What did I just watch? Do you know how busy hospitals are?
It's not real. None of it is.
We just got all of the hospital staff and this bed for you because we're all so wealthy and have unlimited health care here. Aren't you happy?
Not even the siren. That's not even hooked up to anything. We knew you were faking it all along. Thanks for all your help.
And sorry to all the patients who may have died while we were doing this play acting.
You are in big trouble. But we'll deal with that when you get home.
I need a break after that. The teacher just leaves the classroom. The doctor sets up a fake scenario. They get fake medical equipment. They hit a button on the thing that makes the alarm go off, but it's not connected. What in the actual F is going on?
Look, we picked up your cake for your birthday. We even got.
My cake!
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I just lost my balance.
This is all your fault. If you didn't have that stupid lip, none of this would have happened.
Hey, what happened? The cake
Over a
spill?
cake.
Who cares this much about cake?
Why did you have to transfer him to my school, huh?
I love cake, but like,
My brother, it's embarrassing. I wish I had a normal sibling.
Is everything okay with her? Like, as a doctor, clearly I know that she's acting out. Is it
She needs
family
therapy.
trouble? She being mistreated or bullied at school? A lot of times as humans, we displace our anger on especially people who are
Sorry, and
closest
stop.
to us because we feel most comfortable with them and they're the ones most likely to forgive us. Like, remember, mental
well, you
health
can
is
link that
equally
one and I'll open
important
it
as
in another
physical
tab to
health.
watch
There's a
next.
lot of other potential reasons for things to be happening. That's a prime example of charitable thinking. We need to do that more often.
When the two of you were little, you'd play together outside all the time.
This is so dramatic.
You ran out into the street and you didn't see a car that was coming. It almost hit you. But your brother saved you.
Oh my
He
god.
pushed you out of the way, getting hit by the car himself, almost sacrificing his own life to try and save yours.
If your child's involved in a car accident, especially one that's serious, do not pick them up. By picking someone up without their spine
Yeah.
being protected, you could actually cause a lot more damage, even something as serious as permanent disabilities.
The doctor came in
You don't move
told us
someone
the
if you
bad
don't know
news.
if their neck and spine is okay.
that he would never be able to walk normally again for the rest of his life.
I don't know why, based on a fracture of the tib fib, someone can't walk again. That is absolute medical nonsense, especially on the first day of injury like they're describing here. You put some hardware in there, you let it heal, especially as a young growing boy, it would be fine. If there was neurological damage to the spine, that's a different story, but then you wouldn't be showing an x-ray like this.
And since that day, your brother has always walked with a limp.
It's different walking with a limp versus walking with the type of crutches that he has, a supportive crutches. Medically and physically, this is a little bit inaccurate here.
Hello. I think you should
It's vote, genius.
Paula, that wasn't very nice.
I'm just saying, how is he gonna beat me when he can't even pronounce the word?
My man here is exhibiting PTG, post-traumatic growth. Despite this stutter, he's still sending through a powerful message from his own experiences. And the power behind that message comes from the fact that he has experienced this bullying. More power to him, and the fact that he's able to go on stage and overcome this stutter and overcome the fear of public speaking is huge. Because did you know the #1 phobia out there in the world is public speaking?
Enough is enough. Not anymore. Not if you vote for me for president.
Also interesting to note that our current president, Joe Biden, has a stutter.
Steven is the next class president of Lincoln Middle School.
There you go. And there's actually treatments that are available for stutters, usually working with a speech pathologist. They do a really great job.
Yeah, I like
of
Dr.
helping
Mike's
folks
videos.
Understand the reason behind their stutter. Sometimes it's
I also like a
mechanical,
chubby
sometimes it's
emu.
psychological. I actually saw a speech therapist when I was like 4 years old back in Russia because I couldn't say rrr. My tongue wouldn't do it. But now, look, rrr. I'm like a little tiger.
Yeah, Darman has like good intentions of trying to spread positivity and
Post-traumatic
acceptance,
growth.
but
He inspiring peeps.
I
Uh,
love that.
feels like there should be a bit more research, and
Cheesiest smiling.
it does kind of feel like inspiration porn for healthy people, which I could go on about, but I won't.
What's with all the boxes?
It kind of feels just like,
why don't we go upstairs?
you know, profiting off of inspo and stuff like that.
I'm trying to be strong, but it's like this chemo is taking the life out of me. The only good thing I have in my life right now is you.
Chemo takes a huge toll on your body. It obviously depends what type of chemotherapy you're getting. A lot of times chemotherapy is partnered with radiation, sometimes surgical treatments. Remember, the purpose of chemotherapy is to destroy the cells that are cancerous. But we don't have a perfect chemotherapy that only targets the cancerous cells. There's also
Yeah,
healthy
to get
cells
other
that
stuff, too.
sometimes suffer as a result of the chemotherapy, thereby making you
Oh
feel
my god, yeah, the fucking
nauseous,
the Butterfly
losing your
Circus
hair,
movie. It had
fatigue,
good
bone
intentions,
pain. I've seen this firsthand in my family with my mom.
but
Because she went through chemotherapy, she went through a stem cell transplant, and I've seen how difficult that whole journey is. Like, it is
and the
not
main
easy.
character in it
Losing your sense of
is
self
like an
as a
actual
person, when you
disabled,
start losing your hair, you start changing
like
the way you
motivation
look,
speaker and
changing
stuff
the
like
way
that,
you feel. Your
but
sense of humor sometimes goes away. And that's why it's so important to have a good family structure
however,
and support structure in place, because without that, it's very easy to lose yourself and go down to a dark spiral.
I've been seeing Jess. Look, you're sick, and it doesn't look like you're gonna get any better, so...
God, this is the most savage line.
What about what you said to me when you found out I had cancer?
First of all, no one delivers cancer news through a letter. I even call back our patients and ask them to come back to the office for like a basic STI result, let alone cancer. That's a serious conversation. And a lot of times these conversations are had multiple times because the first time a
might as
conversation
well
is had,
send a
patient's
fucking
not even
text.
comprehending or listening because you're so
Is
upset.
cancer
Eric goes
lol
on and starts his new life with
that one
Jess.
emoji that's like,
Now that he doesn't have to worry about Cappy anymore, he doesn't seem to have a concern in the world.
If you're Jess and you just saw this dude leave his wife in the middle of a crisis, you're not concerned?
But then one day, a few months later,
He goes to the same doctor that mails cancer results. I wouldn't be surprised if that letter said, "To whom it may concern."
it turns out Eric has cancer.
Okay, this is ridiculous. You need to figure out what kind of colon cancer you have. You need to do the biopsy, pathology
there's
workup.
like
There's
100
so
types
many
of,
variables
there's
that
like
are being
way
missed.
too
It's
many
not
types of
medically
cancer.
accurate.
Jess decides she isn't gonna stick around anymore and leaves him.
Karma. This is hyper simplified, hyper dramatized. This kind of stuff does happen, but to the simplicity and degree that it happens in these videos, to me is not hyper accurate. Doctors say some really bad stuff. Click here to check that out. I actually improv this whole thing. And as always, stay happy and healthy. Click that bad boy. Now, watch me have mustache, wig, doctors, mean, click.
Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit!
Can you feel your heart burning? Can you feel the struggle within? The fear within me is beyond anything your soul can make. You cannot kill me in a way that matters.
I'm not
fucking scary. This was the best fucking Tumblr post of all time. World Heritage post. Now there was that other person who reblogged with the explanation about fungi being an extant spurt of life. I'm not fucking scared of you! They got it down perfectly. You know, crease because it's baggy. Yeah, scrolling through my recommendeds is a very, like, bitch, you live like this? Oh, like, over an hour long analysis vids. Oh wait, it doesn't even know it's me. It doesn't even know it's me. Oh yeah, readings of Tumblr posts are probably that sort of thing. Just to pull up something, if anyone thinks of something else they want to watch, go ahead. I'm here until I finish at least this leg here. I've been meaning to watch. Is this from the hydrochloride one? I've been meaning to watch this. I think it's on my watch laters, but I might as well see it now. Yeah.
Hi everyone, Dr. Bernard here. This is a case that happened in the United States,
so quiet.
de-identified for the patient.
Let me know if it's
her
loud
story
enough.
of how she got to where she did may not be too unfamiliar. As always, references to subject
Alright, my
matter
pen
with
has to
links
charge.
similar cases published in literature are in the description below. I make a new video every month, so if you subscribe and hit the like button, we'll get some gas station sushi together. A woman drank 35% hydrogen peroxide at lunchtime. This is what happened to her brain. KJ is a 40-year-old woman presenting to the emergency room with her eyes wide open, but she was completely unresponsive. She was foaming at the mouth. You see, KJ could never remember a time in her life when she was healthy. When she was young, she had an eating disorder that would periodically put her in the hospital. Oftentimes, doctors would document that she had an acute onset psychosis with delusions and hallucinations because of hypoglycemia. Hypo meaning low, glyce from Greek referring to glucose or sugar, and emia meaning presence in blood.
I like how he explains
Her
the terms.
erratic eating habits caused hypoglycemia, which can cause changes in one's mental status resulting in hallucinations, delusions, and acute onset psychosis. Skin deep, this could have been the cause of all of her problems, but there was a lot more going on. KJ eventually got the help that she needed for her eating disorder, but she never really seemed to get healthier. She was always sick with a cold or the flu. Sometimes she'd have a headache and couldn't go to school because of it. She was always exhausted. She'd get a rash on her face if she was out in the sun for too long, and she'd have body aches and chills before eventually acute onset psychosis would bring her back to the hospital. To KJ, these were serious issues, but to everyone else, she was being a drama queen. Oh, you have a headache? Well, you sleep too late at night, her mom would say. Oh, you have a rash on your face after being in the sun. What a big surprise. That's called sunburn, sweetie, Mom would say. At doctor's visits, her mom would often interject when the doctor asked a question. Mom downplayed all of KJ's signs and symptoms, giving doctors the impression that things weren't as severe as KJ had described. And sometimes, Mom would just refuse to bring KJ to the hospital, locking KJ in her room, telling her to figure it all out herself. As an adult, KJ couldn't understand why she felt so awful all the time, but she just accepted it as fact. Maybe she did feel fine, that it was all in her head, so maybe she should just keep quiet, she thought. In the hospital for an acute onset psychosis at the age of 24, doctors put KJ on antipsychotic medicines, but she didn't need antipsychotic medicines. When she was ready to go home, the nurse involved in her care wrote a name and a phone number on a card and urged KJ to call it and schedule an appointment. Not wanting to step on doctors' toes, the nurse had suspected that KJ had autoimmune disease, where the immune system attacks the body. The nurse brought it up on psychiatric rounds. The blood tests were borderline. The signs and symptoms were non-specific, meaning that they could have been a variety of different things, but everything was shrugged off. At the rheumatology doctor's office, KJ was diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus, also known as lupus. This made sense with all of her problems, the rash on her face, the flare-ups, always getting sick, the muscle aches and pains, and the acute onset psychosis. Lupus is a time when the immune system is actively attacking the body, and having the diagnosis finally brought KJ to peace. Her health problems weren't in her mind. Her mom was wrong. She wasn't being a drama queen, and doctors were overlooking this, and they didn't have KJ's health in their best interests, she thought. She took medicines for this lupus, and everything was okay. But a few years later, things started to get worse again. KJ had swelling in her hands and feet. She had trouble with her shoulders and hips as doctors determined that her immune system had been attacking them to the point of rheumatoid arthritis, where the immune system starts attacking the bones and joints, causing permanent damage. This new disease would mean that she would have to take more medicines, and even then, there's no guarantee that she won't need things like a hip replacement later in life, given how aggressively her immune system had been attacking her joints. But KJ had had enough. She had been taking all these medicines for her lupus for all these years, and she didn't get any better. She ended up developing even more disease, she thought.
I have played part of Dark Souls, but I haven't gotten, I don't know how far I've gotten. I had to restart the game because I wasn't able to play it for a long time, and I have it on my Xbox, which I just don't use as much, but I could check my old save and see where I am in it, but I can't remember. I fought the Gaping Dragon. I remember that because I love its design, and I kept dying because I kept looking at it. I fought the giant, the moon spirit or whatever, the giant butterfly. I found some hydras. I got knocked the fuck out by, the giant mushrooms. I found the dog, Sif the Great Wolf. I don't know how far I am.
Arthritis. Doctors wanted her to take this cocktail of medicines that she couldn't even afford. If they had only taken her more seriously when she was younger, maybe all of this could have been prevented, she thought, as she went online and tried to find her own therapies. A while back, someone had recommended to KJ about these alternative therapies.
Moonlight Butterfly, yeah.
At first, it was smelling some oils and...
Yeah, you can link a Dark Souls parody. I don't care about spoilers. I've watched a lot of other people play Dark Souls and read up on lore, so...
The communities online were adamant. Hydrogen peroxide is basically water with an extra oxygen.
No.
A glass of H2O2. And without a doubt, that oxygen is totally what KJ's body needed, because when extra oxygen is present, bad things can't happen to your cells. And you know, the immune system attacking your body is just bad things happening to your cells. So definitely, to fix KJ's body, she needed this oxygen.
Don't
KJ was
drink
skeptical at first because she knew these
peroxide.
alternative therapies could be suspect. Maybe
It
something
dissolves organic tissue.
None of the communities agreed on a route of administration for this because the truth is, you really shouldn't be putting this in your body. Some sources said to infuse it directly into the blood, but KJ
Use hydrogen peroxide to clean bones for taxidermy. Like,
but others said it was fine so long as it was diluted. In the end,
I'll open
KJ
this up.
decided that she would start by diluting some and rubbing it on her skin so that the oxygen will absorb right into her body. And after a few weeks, as she got more comfortable, she would start diluting the hydrogen peroxide to drink. And this is what she did. KJ would purchase 35% food-grade hydrogen peroxide bottles from big box retail stores. She read online that refrigerating the 35% peroxide would help stabilize it chemically, so she'd put it in her fridge right alongside her food. It was food-grade anyways, so no problem here, she thought. One day, KJ transferred the 35% hydrogen peroxide into
cleaning.
gallon water jugs. She only drank distilled water now because tap water had impurities that she believed made her lupus worse. She didn't know why when she bought the hydrogen peroxide from the store that it came in an opaque bottle. She made her own inference that the peroxide needed to absorb the energy and positive vibes from around it so that when it was in her body, it would just cure her of all the autoimmunity that plagued her organs and joints. 35% hydrogen peroxide is dangerous. If left on the skin, it can be corrosive because it reacts and does in fact release a bunch of oxygen. KJ made an effort to make sure that she marked the water bottles as hydrogen peroxide, but this time she was distracted and forgot and put them back into the fridge without marking them. One day at lunchtime, KJ was thirsty and needed to drink some water. She reached in for a bottle and poured herself a cup, and this time for real, she was drinking H2O2, 35%. Immediately after taking a couple of sips of the concentrated hydrogen peroxide solution, she could feel it fizz and bubble on the way down. At first, she was panicked and didn't know what was happening because she could just feel air blow right out of her nose. But then she realized that she drank the concentrated solution. She had been meaning to increase the concentration anyways so that she could optimize the amount of oxygen in her body. And this was the last thing that she would remember as she collapsed to the floor and started emptying her stomach. People who were staying with her came to see the commotion as KJ became completely unresponsive, even though her eyes were wide open as she was foaming at the mouth. And they call for 911, and she's brought to the emergency room where we are now. At examination, doctors find that KJ's blood pressure was high and she had a decreased level of consciousness. No one knew that she drank 35% hydrogen peroxide, although they suspected she might have consumed something because she was foaming at the mouth. What doctors did know for sure was that KJ only had reflexes on one side of her body. This is called hemiplegia. Hemi meaning half and plegia referring to paralysis. KJ was paralyzed on one side of her body, meaning that something could be wrong with her brain, giving doctors some clues as to what's happening. A scan of KJ's brain revealed that parts of it were ischemic. Isk derived from Greek meaning a holding back of, and emia meaning presence of blood. So parts of KJ's brain weren't getting enough blood flow and therefore not getting enough oxygen, which could explain why she's paralyzed on one side of her body. But how would something like this happen with hydrogen peroxide? It's supposed to hyperoxygenate parts of the body, right? That's what they say, but what's happening to KJ is a result of too much oxygen present, and so much
Too much of literally anything is bad.
her brain. You see, when hydrogen peroxide comes in contact with human tissue, it reacts. The reason why chemicals react is so that they can become more stable, meaning that hydrogen peroxide, when it's concentrated like 35%, can be a little unstable. It breaks down to water, that's stable, and oxygen, also stable. But when it does this, it releases a lot of heat. In almost all known living beings, cells have metabolic activity, so they're creating and using energy to function. A consequence of this activity is the production of some hydrogen peroxide. We've already established that it can be unstable, and so cells will want to stabilize hydrogen peroxide by promoting its breakdown to water and oxygen. And cells have the machinery to do this through an enzyme, a protein, known as catalase. Cells generally have an idea of how much hydrogen peroxide will be in their environment as a result of their metabolism because they're adapted to it. That's normal to them. They don't have an idea of when 35% food-grade hydrogen peroxide is going to be ingested. As KJ drank it, the huge influx of hydrogen peroxide reacted in her cells. And because a lot of heat is released when that happens, those cells get burned and the tissue becomes injured. Doctors noticed caustic burns in her
accept
mouth
the
and
risk.
throat when the foaming started to subside. When you consume something by mouth, it goes into your stomach and then into your intestines and then absorbs into your liver where it goes into your bloodstream. Some of the bubbles will absorb in, but hydrogen peroxide also keeps reacting as it goes down, causing those gas bubbles to get into the liver before it gets into the blood. But blood contains hemoglobin, which is a protein that has something called heme, an iron-containing compound, which is how blood delivers oxygen to the rest of the body. And this kind of iron also happens to encourage hydrogen peroxide breakdown to water and oxygen. Typically, you want to have water and oxygen in the blood because that's what it's made of, but the problem is the amount. 1 milliliter of 35% hydrogen peroxide liberates 100 milliliters of oxygen. So, just 5 milliliters of 35% hydrogen peroxide liberates an entire breath's volume worth of oxygen. Imagine an air bubble that large floating around your body. The blood can only have so much oxygen dissolved in it before it can't have any more. It's kind of like how water can only have so much salt dissolved in it, or coffee can only have so much sugar in it. Then the bubbles start forming in the blood, blocking flow. When this gets to the brain, blood can't flow through anymore, meaning even if KJ had hyperoxygenated her body with hydrogen peroxide, she's actually blocked blood flow with oxygen bubbles, causing ischemia, a holding back of the presence of blood, leading to permanent brain damage. Is there anything that doctors can do to reverse this? Maybe. This brings us to a concept called solubility. Salt dissolving in water is a solid dissolving in a liquid, but oxygen dissolving in blood is a gas dissolving in a liquid. Gases have a lot of particles which are moving around and have a lot of space in between them. When pressure is increased, the average space between gas particles decreases, and the particles come into contact with the liquid more often, helping to increase the amount of gas that can dissolve in the liquid. If KJ's blood can't hold any more oxygen because hydrogen peroxide has liberated
Alright,
huge
good night.
amounts of oxygen in, then one solution
Hope
would
you
be
have
to
a
put
good
her
rest.
in a high-pressure chamber to force more oxygen into her blood. We would just need enough to break up the blockage in her brain to get more blood flowing through. This hyperbaric oxygen therapy isn't available at all hospitals, but luckily for KJ, the one that she was at did have it as she was sent in. The US poison centers have logged these accidental hydrogen peroxide ingestion cases. It's been reported hundreds of times over the last 10 years, so that's a minimum of how many times this has happened, because sometimes it doesn't get reported, or a patient could be admitted into the hospital and no one would have ever known about the case being related to hydrogen peroxide ingestion. And just a quick commentary on the folks selling hydrogen peroxide as medicine. At 35% concentration, it's considered a hazardous material to ship, hazmat, but yet food grade is still on the label, making people think that it's no big deal. Other times online, within the same item title, they call it both 35% and 7.99% together. It can only be one of these, so I'm not sure how they're justifying it as 35%. And as for hydrogen peroxide use, you might remember a time when it was used to clean cuts and wounds.
Everything froze up. What's wrong?
Since maybe the
There we go.
mid-2000s, hydrogen peroxide is not commonly recommended for that irrigation, as it appears it really doesn't do that much against bacteria that might get in the wound, and in some cases, hydrogen peroxide might impede wound healing. And in one reported case, it led to gas bubbles, blocking blood flow in the hospital in a patient, bringing us back to KJ.
I'm glad we don't do that
After
anymore.
hyperbaric oxygen therapy, her brain no longer had signs of ischemia. Doctors treated the caustic injury to her throat and esophagus. After more than a week in the hospital, KJ was sent to a rehabilitation center to try and regain the function that she lost during this brain injury, as she was able to make a recovery. I understand when people have grievances with the health system, but Turning to this dark side not only didn't help KJ's autoimmune disease, it caused major other issues that could have been prevented. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself and be well.
Yeah, I don't know if this kind of thing is interesting to anyone else, but I love medical mystery things or like weird hospital stories. Why does everything keep freezing up? Are we okay? Okay? Ah. Oh, okay. Will it let me sign in? Oh no, don't look at my password. It's a series of brown dots.
We'd like to present Drive Market from Dahir Inshat. Drive Market is a store where customers make purchases without leaving their cars. This approach to customer service is convenient first and foremost for people who can't afford to waste time looking around and picking out products in a regular big box store. Let's take a closer look at how purchases are made at Drive Market. Customers drive their cars into the store. The sales floor is divided into sections, each of which serves only one vehicle at a time. Following the lit-up signs, the customer drives up to a free section and parks by racks of moving compartments. Each compartment contains products from a certain group. The customer makes their selection and puts the products onto a conveyor belt. Drive Market's special feature is its ideally configured selection, which contains over 100 individual products. However, you won't find dozens of identical versions of the same product with different brand names. All the products fit very strict selection criteria before being put up for sale. This approach significantly simplifies the selection process and reduces the time required to make purchases, since the store has already selected the very best products. All the customer has to do is decide which product is best for them. Moreover, Drive Market excludes the possibility of customer manipulation via psychological marketing techniques. While regular big box stores place products at eye level in order to stimulate sales, at Drive Market, all the products are organized based on various conditions. Customers are thus protected against impulse purchases and can be confident they'll only leave the store with what they originally intended to buy.
It seems like an impulse purchase
the customer
machine.
has made their selection, and their purchases are sent to the register, where their bill is calculated.
Also, they
After
choose
the customer
items for
pays the
you, so that-
cashier, the purchases are packed up and placed in the trunk. Or, if the purchase is physically small, it can be handed to the customer through their car window. The shopping trip was a success, and instead of wasting hours of wandering around a regular store, the customer is done in less than 5 minutes. Now, let's take a look at what the inside of Drive Market looks like. Above the sales floor are organizational levels where products are received, sorted, and loaded into loaders. Dividing the facility into warehouse and sales floor demo areas doesn't just save on floor space, it also makes it possible to automate the process of loading goods. When the time comes to refill empty compartments in the sales floor, the necessary product stock is determined electronically, and the fresh goods are transferred to their unloading point via conveyor belts. The process of loading goods is so simple that a single employee can easily service 5 or 6 sections. The sales floor and organizational levels are equipped with a ventilation system that sucks in exhaust and provides the facility with a comfortable microclimate. Drive Market is poised to become an excellent alternative to regular big box stores because it will significantly reduce the time required for shopping while offering a wide selection of guaranteed, high-quality goods. Moreover, implementing this technology will allow business owners to use their sales space more efficiently, increase profits via process automation, reduce expenses, and increase customer service speed. Learn more about Drive Market at DahirInshat.com.
Well, that was an idea. I would assume they have a ventilation system? Unless that's just something they didn't think about. Having to reach out of a car to get something is like the most annoying feeling. Why would they make that into a whole driving experience? It feels like a lazy joke about, oh, Americans are lazy, they probably don't even want to get out of their cars. This is just the same thing, but without the... Oh, okay, so they put it on a conveyor belt? The car just running the whole time? Yeah, you're right, they really should be thinking about ventilation. What with all the exhaust running in there. You don't even want to get out of your car and just order delivery. Then you don't even have to leave your house. Okay. So it's like the same thing, but without the narration. Yeah. Let's see what this one was.
Dark Souls had a story, you asked? Indeed. Perhaps if your vision was not obfuscated by myriad deaths, you might see more clearly. Fret not, my crestfallen children, for I shall reveal this to you. being a dragon is amazing.
Amazing!
Ruling over our endless gray landscape of gray water and gray trees.
It needs to load. Why does my whole laptop keep freezing up? You okay, buddy?
We even got this skull.
My whole laptop keeps freezing up.
This really is the high life.
Except for Seath.
Aw, Seath. What's the matter, Seath? Still mad cause you're gonna die one day cause you ain't got no scales?
Bitch ain't got no legs.
Ain't even got legs.
I even got this crystal shit that makes us double immortal for some reason. We don't even need it.
Don't even need it.
How's it feel, Seath? To be a bitch.
So you three found one too? This may be smarter, stronger, more...
Lightning. Oh no, lightning! Oh, one weakness.
1.05 patch saver.
Oh, I've got my asthma up my asshole. See, you betrayed so good, here castle. Also, you a duke.
Excellent. Gonna go research some shit. Maybe go crazy.
Alright.
Shit, the fire's dying out. Hey, I've got a crazy idea.
Go on.
We got these souls from the first flame, right? I'll use my soul to make another fire.
I don't think that...
Look at all my cute demon babies.
God damn it.
Taking a minute to eat a cordial.
We'll take care of this.
Cherry cordial.
Retreat! Ugh, fuck it. I'll just light myself on fire. Dad?
Hey, that is not canon.
Shut up, it's fan
I
canon.
kind of lost the annals of history. Well, son, I'm disappointed, but I still love you despite... And your Van Halen mixtape. Get out! Gwendolyn, take care of Anne Orlando while Daddy is consumed by the first flame.
I'm actually a boy.
Not now, sweetie! Sir, what about Seath? What about it?
So tell me why can't this be love?
We can't get the stains out either. You will never speak of this to anyone. Sunlight for life.
This shit is fucked. I'll go find some more dudes to set on fire. That's dumb. You're dumb. I'll go get this dark party started right. You know what you guys need? To feed off the humanity of Manus's corpse, the primeval man. You know what you guys need? To feed off the humanity of other humans. Oh, Knight Artorias. How's Kieran doing?
Still hot. Check out this puppy.
Amazing.
Hey, so, Abyss is kind of running wild. Wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No? Why?
Let's make a suspicious covenant, so I can get all up in the Abyss's asshole.
There's nothing about that sentence I don't love. Now, back to being ambiguously evil.
Yep, looks like there's a clog further up the pipe near Ulasil. If I don't call back by Thursday, just go ahead and do what needest to be done. Thouest?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yep.
Finally, he's gone. Noodle Water Park opens today.
Bad news, Puppy Ziff. My arm's broke as hell for some reason. You came in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Hey, that is racist. I'm sorry. Take my weird-ass shield, Puppy Ziff. It'll protect you from urban violence. Wish me luck. I'm off to fill Manus's man cavern with my Estus flask. Alright, Manus. It's time to... Oh no, oh God! He's putting his abyss in my catacombs!
Those undead are becoming tiresome. Maybe we can find a solution in Lordron. Just send them all to that decaying asylum in the meantime. We're not all bad. As long as we stay motivated for life, we can keep our humanity.
Sir, the latest patch maladapted your stat alignment.
Oh.
So easily.
Ah, dead body. Psst. I'm letting all the undead out of their cells to fulfill an ancient prophecy. There's a key on that corpse. Why didn't you just throw me the key, asshole? Yeah. Perhaps you should find your own answers. Demon on the roof!
All of history has led up to this moment. Will you rekindle the Age of Fire and bring prosperity to the world for another 1,000 years? Or fulfill your ancestors' wish and become the Lord of the Dark Soul?
I can't wait for the sequel. Thank you for watching the cartoon. I nearly died making it. Again. Feel free to explore the body of my horrifying YouTube work while I prepare for my inevitable death by stroke. Praise the sun.
That was great.
Dahir Inshat would like to present a unique technology for removing cholesterol deposits from blood vessels with no operation required. Cholesterol is a fatty organic compound that is present in the human body. Cholesterol is used as a building block for all cells and plays an important role in the body's functions. 80% of the cholesterol your body needs is produced independently by the body, and only 20% is consumed in food. It is very common for an unhealthy lifestyle to cause the amount of cholesterol in the body to become too high, which leads to the formation of cholesterol plaque that can interfere with or even completely block the movement of blood in the blood vessels. This can lead to very serious, sometimes untreatable consequences. Statistically speaking, a third of deaths the world over are due to illnesses caused by cholesterol deposits. We at Dahir Inshat would like to offer our own solution to this problem. An atherectomic nanomachine designed to remove cholesterol deposits from blood vessels. Let's take a look at how the nanomachines work. The device is introduced into the human body through the femoral artery and travels through blood vessels until it reaches the affected area. A built-in mini camera makes it possible to control the entire course of the process. Once it reaches the obstructed area, the device adjusts its position and fixes itself in place using clamps. It then expands pressurized tanks that prevent blood flow. If necessary, blood is pumped off and the area is filled with a transparent compound. The cholesterol is removed using a patented bladed cutting tool. We've designed a number of different models of the device for different varieties of deposits based on the firmness of the deposit, the thickness of the artery, the location of the affected area, and a number of other factors. The cutting device is designed to remove only cholesterol deposits and is guaranteed to leave the arterial walls untouched. During the final stage of the operation, the liquid is sucked out of the blockage area, the clamps and tanks are removed, and a flow of fresh blood is provided. The artery has now been cleaned and is ready to function normally. The atherectomic nanomachine can save millions of lives all over the world by making the process of cleaning arteries easy and available to virtually any surgeon. Learn more about this new cholesterol removal technology at www.dahirinshat.com.
That sounds like it could have so many complications. Yeah, I guess it's like they think it would block the blood flow for a little bit and then take out the clot and then bring the blood flow back. But like, how are you gonna pilot this thing to make sure that it goes the right way? So it's gonna block the blood flow for any amount of time. That can cause a lot of pain. I know because I have a recurring blood clot in my leg, which may be like a fucked up valve. And if it clamps into place, that seems like it could potentially cause more problems. It has like a little saw thing that comes out and busts it up, but how long could that take? And why would it be better than a surgery that already does that? Like, yeah, sometimes you need to block off blood flow for things, but putting a tiny device that like extends into the vein like that just does not seem like a good idea. The patient would probably have to be anesthetized because, like, probably not gonna want to be awake for that. It could definitely really hurt. I'm like, how does it get out again? How does it get out? How do they remove it? Does it go back the other way? Instead of two cameras, one on both ends? Like, what's it made of where it's not gonna mess up the walls? Brought to you by the people who brought you the Russian unmanned ground assault military vehicle. Are these the only two comments? Oh yeah, if it's really long, then... Oh wait, I wanted to say... This is lines... Wait, hold on. Okay, should I do that? Okay, yeah. Okay. Limes. And... then... what? Ugh. Oh, so the shoes are darker.
Spider-Man, we're in the trees. What's that?
Excuse me, but
Batman, how did you do that?
it's better if you don't know.
Batman, that tree's moved.
Spider-Man, it's just a moving tree. Don't you remember?
Okay.
Batman!
What is it?
Batman!
Spider-Man, I don't understand what you want.
Oh no, Batman!
Oh no!
Batman, that house!
I come over the house! Tuba's dead?
Yay! Tuba's taking her medicine.
She ate all the cakes.
Tuba's dad, we needed to get a Happy Winter Friends wish to save Pumpkin, cause he's rotted. I hope they're okay at the house.
You do?
You do?
Maybe I can open up another Aggie Doodle sesh. I don't know if anyone's added to the two I have up currently. I haven't checked on them. It'd be nice to do a serious one.
Make Pumpkin all
Or actually try to make something that looks cool.
Yay, Pumpkin!
Oh, that is fun doing
Now
stupid
you're
ones too.
better. And you have feet now.
Spider-Man, I can open this now.
Oh no!
Oh good, wonderful.
I'm Batman.
I'm Spider-Man.
I come over the house.
We're best friends.
Spider-Man, we should have the birthday party for Pumpkin.
It should be a Feats Day party. Because he has new feet.
Happy Feats Day!
Yay! Wee! It's your Feats Day because you got brand new feet.
Do the Feats Day dance.
Yeah, you can do it. Do the dance.
Do it.
Pumpkin,
Come
do
on,
the Feats Day
Pumpkin.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
Pumpkin.
the dance.
Pumpkin, do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay,
Pumpkin.
do it.
Dance.
Do it.
Dance, Pumpkin. Yeah, do it, Pumpkin. Okay, stop. We made you this card. No, I can read it.
Hey, Pumpkin, it's your Feats Day. Cause your feet are all brand new.
And now that you have hands and stuff, there's lots of fun stuff you can do.
You can sit down on this fuzzy chair.
Okay, that thing that's over there.
Batman, what is that thing?
I don't know.
You can step right here on this small bug. Ooh.
Or you can give your friend a hug.
Yes, you can do all of that.
You can even wear my hat.
Happy Feet Day! Oh no, Pumpkin's card.
What does Squib do anyway? He's just fat and lazy and sits in the house all day. You get a job! He took my job.
That reminds me of this joke.
Oh, I don't think we can.
I don't know.
Batman! Oof.
What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Hi. Hi, Spider-Man. Pumpkin, are you okay?
These are for you.
Coming soon. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Tuba. I'm Batman.
I'm Spider-Man.
I come over the house.
We're best friends. Tuba, I don't fit in this E. Oh, good morning, Pumpkin. Pumpkin, I think we need to go cheer up Batman. He's sad because he lost his job. Oh, I know. Let's make Batman a happiness cake. Oh, no. That didn't work. Can you give those paper to me? Dear Batman.
What do they call Burger King?
Oh. What is this? positive. Doesn't matter anymore. Maybe I should just go and sleep again.
Why do they call it bucking? I'm sure they have a very silly reason for it.
I'm over the house now.
Batman, I have this new job for you.
No, Batman, do our job. We have a job. Batman, this is a job for you. It is perfect. We have a job for you. Batman, come down here, Batman. Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, Batman, I guess I can wait. Pumpkin? Pumpkin? Where did Pumpkin go? Batman, that was fast.
I don't want to talk about it. Psst. You got this jobs for me too?
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. They should come up with equally lazy and cheesy names for, like, all of the fast food places.
Yay! Don't leave this time. I had a nice jobs for you.
Okay, what is it?
Damn it.
Wash my vest. Whee!
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I know I want some Burger King. They're like one of my favorite fast food places, although I don't go there very often.
Oh, Pumpkin Sweater, there you are. I'm done wrapping presents. Let's play games. Oh, this one looks fun. Let's call Batman. Batman, come over for Happy Winter, friends.
Okay, I'll be right there. Knock, knock. May I come in? La 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 la.
Yeah, when I was like a little kid, me and my mom went to McDonald's a lot, but
I'm fine.
at one point I just like, I felt like they had too much oil in their food. It was too greasy.
Whatever do you mean?
And everything I ate from there, except for like the fries, maybe left like sort of an oily smell on my fingers that I could not stand. I really don't like it when my hands smell like anything. It's like a neurotic thing. And burger grease is like one of the worst things for getting stuck to your hands forever.
When you and I sing together.
Oh, you're not Batman! Oh, what do we do? No, what do we do? Oh, no, oh!
I can sort of eat a little bit of McDonald's, but only if it's like the nuggets. But I can't touch them. I have to like use a fork. Burger King's the only one I actually like. It's like how they cook stuff. It uses is less oily. But even then, I only like a few specific things from there. I'm all picky.
What did you do with Batman?
Well, remember when... Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Why?
Well, because... Just because.
Oh.
You could go on a journey. Yeah, to find him.
Yeah, we could go on the journey to find Batman. Let's go get ready. Oof.
My favorite thing from McDonald's since I was a kid until now is just like the fruit and yogurt parfaits. I barely like those anymore because like at some point I also stopped liking yogurt that's not like Greek yogurt because of the texture. It's too like liquidy. Being a neurotic bitch is like a whole ass lifestyle.
Pumpkin, let's go! Yay, yay, yay!
Yeah, like the yogurt's too soft, so I can't even eat anything from there.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh.
There he is.
There's like a ton of options around my town though, so.
What are you doing here?
Guess I need a snacko in the middle of the day. We have a ton of Sonic here, so.
Can I take my finger out now? It's all cold and stuff. Oh, no. We wouldn't want that. Okay, I think we should give them this now.
Quick, we gotta get up
Yeah.
there.
I like the thick texture of Greek yogurt and like Sigi's Icelandic yogurt you could find in the stores. And sometimes that French stuff. The closer the texture is to like wall plaster, the more I like it.
Squib didn't come back.
I'm Batman.
I'm Spider-Man.
I come over the house.
We're best friends.
Spider-Man.
What is it, Batman?
I think we should do something about this.
About what?
This.
Oh, I don't know what else to do, Batman. We already tried everything to make it go away. Red Squib, go home! And hung up.
Yeah, head on to bed. It's like 3 a.m. here, so I gotta go to bed soon too, but I'm really close to finishing this tentacle detail on this dress, and I gotta finish it.
Hey, they made a band.
Remember when we made one?
Huh, yeah.
That was fun.
Haha, you're my best friend.
Yeah, good night.
I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh.
Hey, put him down! You're not a nice squib. Ow!
Oh, I told him.
Pumpkin, do something! Oh, that's a good job.
Pretty nice. Yeah. Go put it back in the pizza.
Whee!
I'm Batman.
I'm Spider-Man.
I come over the house.
We're best friends.
Oh, we are so glad you're here. Yeah, you can help us. Yeah, you can help. We are practicing our theme song. You have to tell us how much you like it. Yes, you like it, don't you? You like it. Okay, let's start. I'm that guy. I'm the other guy. We came from the basement. We're these guys. Wow, that was so good. You did really good. Oh my God, you're the good job too. How was that? Everyone is going to love it. Did you love it? Yeah. Did you? Yeah, he liked it. Yeah, he liked it a lot. Yeah, he liked it so much. Yeah, he did like it more than anything that he saw before this. More than I did. Almost. Yeah, you did. He must have gone to tell everyone. Yeah, he must have. good at burns. Ha 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 ha.
Alright. At least got the